Kolsamar Akatar. What's good morning, family? Son. Good morning. Good morning, you guys. You see that I'm up early in the studio working on this single. It's dropping today's Wednesday, so it's dropping Friday. Pack Heat, the single's dropping Friday. So I'm just finishing stuff up today. I was in the studio all night last night with Marva King. We're gonna let a few more people come into this live, and then we're gonna go in on this conversation about industry gatekeepers. Let's let some more people come. Hit that thumbs up as you are coming into the live, you guys. Hit the thumbs up as you are coming into my live. Okay? Hit that thumbs up. Let's go. Um, hope you guys are having a good morning. And I know it's early, but hey, here's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Let me see. Y'all see me from here? Y'all can see me from there. um, Welcome. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. You come into the live, hit that thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hold on. Hit that thumbs up. You coming into the live, hit the thumbs up, you guys. The single, the first single for the West Coast hip hop compilation is almost done, you guys. It is almost done. Hit that thumbs up as you're coming into the live. Hold on. I'm gonna let it play in the background a little bit while I'm talking. Um, the hip hop compilation, West Coast hip hop compilation, volume 1, the first single drops Friday. That's what you're hearing in the background. Sparkle, what's up? So last night I had Marva King. If you don't know who Marva King is, I want you to look up Marva King. All of you that don't know who she is, you've seen her, you probably just don't know. You've seen her in stage plays, you've seen her on stage with Prince. She's a member of the New Power Generation. Oh, yeah, it's going to be off the hook, son. You feel what I'm saying? She's a member of the New Power Generation. Prince New Power Generation. Hold on, you guys. She is a member of the Prince New Power Generation. So I produce a lot of her records too. Through the years, we've done a lot of work together. So she was in town, called me up, and she's working on this song for the Word Network. It's going to be a single she's putting out. She's going to perform on the Word Network, I think, sometime this month. So if you don't know who Marva King is, Google her name. When I tell you nothing but industry folks come in there, what's up to my moderator, CC, Cambodian Mystique, Sophie Mpxone, aka Cambodian Mystique. Abdullah, that's my baby daddy. Who your baby daddy, Abdullah? What you, Abdullah? What you talking about, Abdullah? Abdullah got me cracking up this morning. Um, Listen, if you've never heard of her, I want you to look her up. And like I said, nothing but heavyweights come through my studio. Humbly, uh, I'm humbled because they always call me to work with them, and this woman is incredible. She's worked with everybody. She's sung on all of Michael Jackson's records, background vocals. She's one of the top background vocalists in the music industry, but yet she has a solo career as well. She's an actress. She played Helen in The Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Tyler Perry. She is the actress that played Helen in the stage play. That's her, Marva King. And once again, she is a member of Prince New Power Generation. So she was in the studio with me last night. We spent a lot of time in the studio doing this work. Hit that thumbs up as you're coming into the live. I want to talk about, and that's the reason I'm having this conversation today. We're going to talk about music industry gatekeepers and how to make it past the gatekeepers. The big dudes say, "Will do, sir. I want to link with you. Let's work." The big dude, Southern Soul, R&B. Okay, listen, the big dude. I got some. Ooh wee. I'm gonna tell you something, man. The big dude. It's funny you say Southern Soul because you know I had the #1 Southern Soul compilation in 2012. It was called Southern Soul Volume 1. I had Napoleon Demps on the cover. I purposely put this together to help his career in Southern Soul. So what I did, I came up with a concept. He saw me on Unsung TV, and he messaged me and said, "Hey man, I see you. I love your work as a producer. I saw you working with Alan from Troop." And he was telling me, speaking of gatekeepers, it's funny. I got to speak to my man, the big dude. Let me tell you something. So he actually called me and was telling me how all the gatekeepers were not allowing him to make moves in the Southern Soul sector. He's like, man, I'm trying. They don't book me. Cass is jealous, right? So I said, well, this is what I'm going to do for you, man. I don't know you, but you seem like a good dude. I'm going to put together a Southern Soul compilation. And I said, this is going to change the game. I'm going to put you on the cover. I want you to look up, if you Google the big dude, Napoleon Demps, Southern Soul Volume 1, Napoleon Demps Presents. Now, he didn't present it. I presented it, but what I did was put his name on it to give him notoriety, because I knew then people would focus on him. So I put his name on the cover, right? And I distributed it worldwide, and that changed the game for him. That gave him a lot of attention. People focused on him. Radio stations started playing his records, and that compilation became the #1 compilation in 2012, Southern Soul Volume 1. Napoleon Demps presents Southern Soul Volume 1, when it was really me presenting it. But that's the kind of stuff I do. I put people on a platform, and I put a shine on them. So I put a shine on him, the big dude. And so, yeah, connect with me, the big dude. Listen, inbox me on Instagram. It's at Stone Paxton. Let's talk. And listen, you and I do some Southern Soul stuff. It will be the coldest Southern Soul stuff that ever dropped. Trust me. It'll be the coldest Southern. I mean, I do hip hop, Southern. I do everything, jazz. It will be the coldest Southern Soul stuff that's ever dropped. Understand that. So the big dude, make sure, even if you can do it now, um, just go to Instagram right now and inbox me or follow me, and then I'll follow you back, because I don't think it allowed to inbox until you follow the person back. So follow me, and I'm gonna follow you right back so we could talk. And if for some reason that don't work, then message me at brandartistcoalitionceo.com. That's brandartistcoalitionceo.com, and I will message you back. They'll get the message to me. Boss lady, what's up? And please hit that like button. But the big dude, you and I are going to do some hot Southern Soul music. I wanted to do the music review today, but I only got one person submitted their music, so I want to be fair. I don't want to just play one song, because other than that, I'll be playing all my music. And I want to at least have 4 artists to do the music review. I had one person submit their music, and he actually submitted it a while ago. So I want to play his stuff, but I want to have at least 3 or 4 artists before I do the music review. I think people scared. So if you're interested in the music review, inbox me for the music review, but you got to send your cash out first. The big dude said, same way with me, bruh. Let's work, bruh. Okay, listen, we're going to change that. The big dude, trust me when I tell you. We're going to change that. Trust my word on it. We're going to change the game for you. Mark my word. Okay, I'm going to check it out. When you inbox me, send me the link on Instagram. Stone Paxton on Instagram, and then I'm going to check you out when I get off the live. This video is about industry gatekeepers and how to get past the industry gatekeepers. Jaco, what's up? Hit that thumbs up, Jaco. When y'all coming across the live, show the love. Hit the thumbs up for your brother. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Listen, I just want you to understand that the gatekeepers are going to be here, and they're not going nowhere. Understand that first. The gatekeepers are here, and they are not going nowhere, unfortunately, you guys. But the key is how to get past the gatekeepers, because the gatekeepers are cold. They're cold-blooded with some of the game that they run. They'll run cap. They'll boost your ego. They'll lead you on. I've had gatekeepers who, I'm going to try not to go too crazy with it, but through the years, from my younger years to now, Now, back in the day, there were gatekeepers, but they weren't as bad as the ones now. The gatekeepers now are different kind of gatekeepers. Back in the day, the gatekeepers, if they gave their word, most of the time, they would actually follow through. Now, when you're dealing with gatekeepers as artists and musicians, they're a little bit tricky, man, on how they run their plays. And me, I'm a gatekeeper, but I don't play games with people. I tell them what it is. And whatever it is, that's what it is. I don't make them do extra flips and tricks for me to help them. I just say, this is it. This is the business. This is how we can work together. And this is what I'm going to do for you. And I never backpedal on my word. I never do. Because it's important as a gatekeeper that you don't do that. So as a gatekeeper, I can tell you about gatekeepers because I know a gang of them who try to even gatekeep over me and have done it through the years, right? Before I was a gatekeeper, I had some that were like, trying to gatekeep over me. That's really been a lot of my problems through the years in the music industry is I was always either a lot of the gatekeepers, some of them were producers and writers, right? His rib, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up as you coming into my live. I appreciate you. A lot of the gatekeepers that were gatekeeping over my career earlier on in my career were producers or writers and some executives. And most of them were African American. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Some of the worst gatekeepers are African American. I hate to even come in here saying it, but I got to give you the real. Some of the worst gatekeepers are African American. The promises they'll make, the things they'll say, uh, they'll take back words. They'll say they're gonna do this. You call them, you don't hear from them. They don't answer the phone. Brother Tom said, Brother Stone and family, have a blessed and productive Wednesday today. Stay. Thank you, Brother Tom. Sunstar said, you are a beautiful person, Stone. To take your time to help artists because some big people in the industry don't. No, they don't. And you know what, Sunstar? Hit that thumbs up for your brother. Brother Tom, hit that thumbs up. They don't, Sunstar, and they won't. I'm just gonna keep it 100 because they will attach. I used to have. Wow, I'm trying not to say this because if I say this, this gatekeeper will know that I'm talking about them, right? So let me just say this. I'm gonna say it this way because I don't want to be disrespectful. Ryan said, "Super ultimate, funky, looking Diddy." Ryan, I don't even know what you're talking about, Ryan. Whatever you're talking about is just super retarded. Excuse me. No disrespect to anyone. But whatever you just said is super weird, right? Like, why would you come on my live and say, what does Diddy have anything to do with me? Diddy didn't make clothes. Diddy didn't dress like I dress. So you guys have mental issues. I suggest go take your meds this morning, brother. Go take your meds, man. Get it together. Because you're waking up very early and starting your day off with a low frequency vibration. The big dude said, if they think you know the business and not a sucker, they won't deal with you. Now, here's the thing. It's not so much if they think you know the business, because if you haven't been in the business a long time, you really don't know the business. My big dude, I'm going to tell you, I keep it transparent with artists. If you haven't had a good 10, 15 years in the game, you really don't know the business. It's relatively still new to you. I'm just going to be honest. But if you don't want them to fuck you over, and you questioning everything they're doing, and they're acting funny, then that's a sign right there. Because you protecting yourself. You asking, and there's nothing wrong with asking questions. How am I going to get my percentage? What am I going to make? Like, how long you been in the business? These are questions every artist should ask gatekeepers. Because some gatekeepers are fronters. Some gatekeepers are not even gatekeepers, but they will front. They hang around celebrities, so they'll front with you. And then some gatekeepers will try to charge you to help you. Anytime you have a gatekeeper talking about if he don't have a consulting company, so I don't want you to misunderstand because I don't want to step on consultants because I'm a consultant also. If you have somebody that's a gatekeeper and they're trying to charge you, 1,000, 1,500, I'm gonna plug you in with, I'm gonna plug you in with this label, but it's gonna cost 1,500. If you got those kind of cats, ask them one question. Let me see your resume. Time said, big facts, Brother Stone. You ain't never lied about your own people backstabbing us in the music industry, including the sports industry, with Stephen A. Snitch always got something to say about black. Exactly. Brother Gary, hit that thumbs up. Brother Time, you are 100% correct. Listen, Hood Poetry say South African artist said, you in the music industry, I'm in the music industry. He said that, Hood Poetry, he said that to you. Listen, this is what I'm going to say to people. Brother Time and Brother Stone, sometimes we will KIL our own brother by throwing them under the bus for money and power. What's up, Javon? And what you said, you're right. Somebody said, Hood Poetry said, an African artist said, they're in the industry. Who is this African artist? Hood Poetry, are they new? Are they a beginning artist? Let me explain something to you guys. I don't care if you burn a damn CD on your computer and and you play it. You're not in the music industry until you're not a professional in the music industry until you make your first dime from music, first dollar. Other than that, you're inspiring to be in the music industry. Understand the difference. I said last week, if you want to make it somewhere, you got to know where you are first. A lot of artists are disillusional. A lot of musicians are very disillusional. If you haven't even made a dollar, but you saying you're in the music industry, you're not in the industry. You are an inspiring artist that want to be in the industry. Come on now. Let's start with the reality first before we deal with the gatekeepers. Start with the reality. And gatekeepers love playing games on artists that don't have a history in the game. That's their thing. Some of them will ask you for money. I mean, I guess all kinds of shit that comes with this gatekeeping stuff. Some will get songs out of you. Some I need 4 songs. Send me the songs, and and I'm gonna listen to them. I'm gonna charge you to listen to them, and I'm gonna see who we can run them to. I done heard horror stories about gatekeepers. You hear what I'm saying? Boss lady say, please, I ask if you're not into growth and growing and learning, please leave. We are exactly like Boss Lady said. If you're not here to learn, take your monkey ass to a channel you can be a monkey. I mean, it's okay, but just don't come to this motherfucking channel and do it, or you're gonna be muted. You're gonna be muted. That's what we do here. Or we just might just, if you're coming in real disrespectful, we're gonna block you indefinitely. Sunstar, thank you for the $5 donation. Sunstar say you are the real deal, Stone. And a lot of new artists are scared to work with you. Yes, they are. Sunstar, they are. Because a lot of them, they know they're not where they need to be. But, I respect them still sending it. I had one guy, he sent me his stuff. I haven't played it yet. And he said, listen, if you don't like it, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm still building. I'm still working. He knows where he's at. And I respect that. It's people like that I love to see win, because I will do whatever it takes to help him win by showing him and teaching him the knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? What good is it to be in a position to help and then you're holding it all together? What's the point? It's not fun. There's no point in being uh, a gatekeeper. Hold on, you guys. There is no, I just climbed, I went down low to climb out of it. There's no reason to be in the music industry and you can help people and you want to be a gatekeeper. There's just no real. What's the point? Like, we get in the music industry to change our lives and to help other people, right? So if you're in a position to help, why aren't you just helping? I mean, if you charge a consultant fee, be transparent, be honest. Don't lie to people, make them think you're going to help them and then you don't help them. Jay Bond say, let me see. Sunstar said, let me see. RMB TB, hit that thumbs up, family. Corey said, keep sharing your wisdom and expertise, Stone. God bless you, brother. Corey, thank you. Javon said, yeah, that's a humble person. Being humble and just having a heart means a lot. Facts. The big dude said, Columbus, South Carolina got that raw talent. I'm from the same town. The sequence my hometown heroes. We gonna funk you right on up. Yes. So the big dude, Javon say it takes for one to believe in the next. Facts. The big dude, listen. I'm the one that was working with Angie Stone, me and my brother, in getting her residency in Vegas. You also know that my brother and I were the ones that was collecting Angie Stone's money that was stolen from her. We were the ones that found it. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if you know that, but I'm that Stone Paxton that they were talking about, that the whole internet was saying crazy shit about when it was all lies. So that's me, the big dude. Angie was like my sister, and I loved her, and I still do. Gary Smith said, I've always been a wannabe. There's nothing wrong with wanting it to be. You're not a wannabe, Gary. So let's start there. You're not a I get what you're saying, but you're not a wannabe. When you're working towards something, you are already working towards it. A wannabe is somebody that knows they can't do some shit and they just trying to do it. You're not a wannabe. If you've been working towards it, you're not a wannabe. You're doing it. You're just waiting for everything to click into motion. Kickstart Gift said, no, because you have to make money for what you know somebody might armor up against you. What? Kickstart said, no, because you have to make money for what you know somebody might armor up against you. Okay, so Kickstarter said you have to make money for what you know because somebody might armor up against you. I'm trying to understand um his ex. I'm trying to understand that. I'm trying to get an explanation to his statement, right? I get it, but I'm trying to understand that ending. Kickstart, can you expand more on that? Larry said St. Louis in the building. What's up, Larry, brother Larry, and Kickstart? Can you guys please hit that thumbs up? The big dude said I didn't know that she was my yeah. Google Stone Paxton and Angie Stone. The big dude. Thank you for the $20 donation, family. That's love, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. Thank you, brother, so much for that love, man. I really appreciate that, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you put in on YouTube, it's crazy. Cause listen, the big dude, I'm gonna prepare you. Now, mind you, me and my brother was collecting the royalties for Angie. We were the ones setting her up with her residency in Vegas as well when she passed away, right? When they KILL her, ED, KILED her, right? Let's just keep it transparent. Um, but um, but if you Google my name on YouTube, people said Clyde Davis sent me to Unlife, bro. When I tell you the big dude, when I tell you they made up crazy stuff, it was a whirlwind of bullshit against me, who was there for Angie, and they didn't know my relationship. They just got a whirlwind of me talking about because Angie mentioned my name, and there was some negative people saying stuff. So I tried to get ahead of the message, the statement, because I didn't want them to think nothing crazy. Because she mentioned our name, and then she used the word Diesel Crew, and then she got hit by a diesel. So people were trying to connect us, like, oh, they had some that Stone Paxton guy and his brother, and it was crazy, man. The whole thing didn't make no sense for people to try to throw me in the mix of something that I had nothing to do with. I was at home sleeping in my bed when they called me when it happened that morning before it hit the news or anything. So yeah, man. So the gatekeepers, let's get back to that. So understand this about gatekeepers. Gatekeepers will run cap, man. Oh, gatekeepers are cold with their game. There's some gatekeepers will borrow money from you. There's some gatekeepers they'll gas you up. They'll call you, act like they got all kinds of stuff happening for you. They'll say, I got this. I got this situation for you. I'm gonna plug you in, blah, blah. And then they'll turn around and be like, hey, send me 500. Hey, send me 300. I'm just trying to tell you. I'd have met every gatekeeper you can imagine in my career. You know what I'm saying? If you are a consultant, say you're a consultant, right? You can be in the music industry and be a consultant. Just keep it 100 though. I'm waiting for this brother made a statement. He hasn't expanded on it because I really don't understand it. Kickstart. Can you expand on what you said? Because what I don't like is when people come here and say something, they don't expand on it. I'll have to mute you out indefinitely because explain what you're saying. I don't get it. I'm not trying to be rude. I just want people to understand what you are saying. My people need to understand when people come in here and say something, don't speak in code. Give it to them how it really is. Come in here and say what you have to say so that people understand what you're saying. Or I got to mute you out and delete everything you said. I'm trying to give you a chance. I'm going to give you a few more minutes to expand on what you said. And if not, I'm just going to delete what you said. So trying to give you opportunity if you can expand on what you were talking about. Okay, he said everything is taxes. Okay, I agree with you. Thank you. Now, you see what my brother just said? Kickstart said something I like. Kickstart Gift said you can't do stuff for free. I agree with him. Listen, people, you guys know, people come on here all the time and they be like, hey, Stone, how you do this, man? How you do that EQ? What do you do? Hey, man, how do I make it? Hey, man, consult with me. Don't think you're going to come on my live. I'm already giving you free shit. I'm already giving you free game. So don't think you're going to come on my live and get me to give the game for free. I work hard to get here. I want to help you, but I always tell people, help me help you. Didn't nobody come to Stone Paxton and offer to help me. I had to get it at a young age. The 80s, the late 70s and 80s weren't no joke with music. If you didn't get up and make it happen, it was not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? If you didn't get up and make it happen, it was not going to happen. Understand that. I'm just sharing this with you guys. Right? Now we got babies, and what I mean about that, the baby mentality. Like there's people, listen, there's guys that hit me up on TikTok, right? And they say, hey Stone, hey man, listen, I went to school for music, man. And hey, OG, is there anything you can tell me to help me get ahead of the game? I say, there's a lot I can tell you to help you get ahead of the game, but you got to consult with me. Do you know that they blocked me? Do you know the same person that came in asking me for help blocked me then? It happens to me all the time. People think I'm supposed to just get on here or call them and just tell them 42 years of my knowledge that I had the blood, sweat, and tear, cry, and not sometimes didn't know if things were going to work out and just give them all of my game. No, it doesn't work that way. I'm already going to help you a lot as we go. But consulting, you got to pay me for my time. You got to pay me for my knowledge because I'm worth that. And if I wasn't worth that, you wouldn't be trying to hit me up, and celebrities wouldn't, message me for help. If it wasn't worth that, Angie Stone would have never reached out to me for help. If it wasn't worth that, other industry people that come to me, and my boy Alan McNeil from Truth, he would never message me and say, Stone, I need your expertise, I need your knowledge, I need your help. This ain't no cap. You can contact all these celebrities. They'll tell you, oh yeah, Stone's a business. They come to me for the knowledge, not because they think I know. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? Hit that thumbs up. I know you're gonna say you already did, so I appreciate you. Uber One said, boss, but how to consult with you? Do you have an email to book? Yes, I do. So what you want to do to consult with me? Usher One, two ways. Contact me on Instagram at Stone Paxton or at my email, brand artist, BRAND, artist coalition, CEO.com. So it's either Instagram, Stone Paxton, or my moderators will put the brand artist email on here. You can contact me on both. Moderators, can you put the brand artist coalition email, please, for Usher One? Or for user one? Sorry, user one. I'm sorry, I said Usher One. For user one, moderators, can you please put the brand artist code? There it is at the bottom, user one. And it doesn't matter what you want. I am going to guide you the direction that you need to go. I'm not gonna tell you nothing that's not gonna work. I'm telling you everything that's worked for me. I got the history. It works. Everything I apply, every release I put out charts. User one, I got you, family. And trust me, you won't be disappointed. For anybody, even my big dude, my Southern Soul brother. I want y'all to see something. I can take the Southern Soul brother and in about 9 to 11 months, everybody in the Southern Soul sector will know who he is. I'm showing you kind of stuff I do. I could take him, get behind him, and just start making moves. And all of a sudden, we look up. He called me saying, "Brother Stone, they're booking me like crazy. Now I'm getting booked. People know my name. Because I know the game. I know how to do it. I know how to get him saturated in his own market. I deal with some of the biggest Southern Soul DJs. Immediately, I can take his record and send it right over to them. And they're like, oh, thanks. Yeah, man, we love it. Right? So I'm just showing you guys to play different plays I run. But I'm also sharing with you how these gatekeepers are. Nikki say, Stone is great, big facts. Sparkle, what's up? Sparkle, hit that thumbs up. Use the one, say OG. Listen, I am only here to inspire. This is why it's exciting for me. Once again, if you see the people that come in the studio with me, if you were here every day, you would say, dang, Stone, you got people from R&B, the hip hop, you got Spanish artists that are big in their community. You got jazz artists coming through. You name it, they come through to my studio. This is not cap. I don't beg people to come through. I don't be like, hey, can you come through and hang out? They call me, be like, Stone, what you doing? I'm in Vegas, so I'll be in Vegas in 2 days. I need to work with you. We need to work. Stone, I need to consult with you. I'm dealing with some business issues. I need your help. I earned that. I didn't beg nobody to come to me. I didn't beg nobody to call me a legend. The industry called me a legend. I didn't beg people to say, Stone, you got the knowledge. I didn't beg people to say, hey, I got the knowledge. Come to me. I'm Stone. No, this happened on its own from the years of hard work I put in. So my boy in here, that was just, he made this statement and he's 100% correct. And I got to give him his props. And I appreciate him. Kickstart said, if you can pay the taxes for what it's worth, you can do it free. He said, if you can pay the taxes for what it's worth, you can do it free. Now, there's a double-edged message in that. I think he meant if you can't pay the taxes, because he said if you can pay the taxes for what it's worth, you can do it for free. He said if you can pay the taxes, you can do it free. Now, that's a double-edged sword. I think he meant if you can. I don't know. I could be wrong. That could be a mistype. But I'm thinking he's saying if you can't pay the taxes, you can do it free. And if he's saying that, he's right. If you can't pay the taxes for what it's worth to get in the game, then just do it, figure it out on your own. But understand that figuring it out on your own comes with a price. It's called mistakes. And it doesn't matter how many books you read. I can give you a music industry book and it can give you step A to step Z. That's why when people graduate from college, they still have to intern. I can give you a book that says step A to step Z. And I say, here go the book. The book is not. I don't know what just happened. Sound like the track just. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if I bumped some or what happened. Oh, I'm going to have to close that and open it back up. So, listen, I might have bumped it. So, I want you to understand. I can give you the book. Now, when my book comes out, my book is a little bit more informative than most people's book. My book is actually detailed, step by step of what I did, right? That's the difference. My book is step to step about what I did in my career to get to where I am. It's more detailed. So it's more informative where most books give you an outline, but it don't say, listen, when you make a step with the left foot, that other person's right foot is going to do this. My book is kind of like martial arts. I'm going to tell you why. D. Jones, right? I said, what's up, fam? D. Jones, hit that thumbs up. Kickstarter said, nonprofit organization allows us to help strangers. Yes, it does. But, okay, Kickstart Gift. Let me tell you something. I don't know. I mean, you're on here. It seems like you're on here promoting. Kickstarter, sound like you on my channel promoting. If that's what you're doing, I'm going to probably mute you out. Because you're giving people a little bit of the truth and not the whole truth and nothing but the unconditional truth. Non-for-profit does allow you to help out. for free. But you still non-for-profit works on donations. You think I don't know? I got a couple non-profit organizations. So if you're coming up in there, understand I got 42 years in this game. Don't think I don't know. Non-for-profit is a non-for-profit organization, but it operates off of donations or they can't survive, sir. So they still got to ask for money. Now, whoever's running that non-for-profit organization still got to have the knowledge. Anybody on here can start a non-profit organization, but it don't mean they know shit. It just means they started a non-for-profit organization. But what is behind that? What history is behind the non-profit organization? Now, I don't know if you coming on here trying to game to get people to follow you. I'm not quite sure. But don't confuse people on my live because I got 42 years in this game. So I know how it works. I can start a non-for-profit, but it doesn't matter. If I don't have no support, no donations, my non-for-profit is good as nothing. I'm just telling you. Whoever's behind the non-for-profit is only as good as the knowledge that's put into it. Or it will be a sitting dormant. You know how many friends I know that have non-for-profits that's been sitting there for 3 and 4 years because they don't really know how to run it because they have no knowledge to share, to get that going, to get people to want to support with donations? Yeah, for real. Come on, y'all. Y'all coming up in my channel spitting. Just understand this. Sunstar said legendary. Boss Lady said you will never find anyone spitting game to you, cats like Stone Paxton. Please understand. He do not need or have to give you his time. That's facts. Thank you, Boss Lady. Now, also, understand that when you come on my live, you're not dealing with a dum-dum. I am not a dum-dum. Not even nowhere clear, not close to it, not even remotely within the vicinity of dum-dum or dum-dumness. I'm not. So when you come into my live spitting, on corporations and non-for-profit, you have a non-for-profit, you can, you know what I'm saying, you can get it for free, non-for-profit. Don't run game in my life. I'm not a dummy. I know. I don't get the clothes confused or whatever it is. I am not a dummy. I know the game, the ins and outs from ones to twos, from A to Z, from 1 to 100. Okay? What good is a non-for-profit? How many years? Kickstart gift. How many years have you been in the music industry? So if I come to you right now, you got a non-for-profit, and I say, hey, sir, you have a non-for-profit. Can you help me? You're going to tell me that you're going to do all that for free. And then based on what knowledge? No, you're going to let me know you have a non-for-profit. You're going to say, I have a non-for-profit. Whatever donation you give me is acceptable, and then I'll share the knowledge with you. And then I go, all righty then. And I give you money. Then I wait for the knowledge. Okay, sir, I'm ready. Where's the knowledge that you're going to share me with your non-for-profit organization? The non-for-profit organization just gives you better tax cuts, and it allows you to be able to not be charged taxes in certain areas. That's all. But it doesn't mean it comes with knowledge, because it says the word non-profit does not mean that it comes with knowledge. It just means it's non-profit. But guess what? They do make profits. Goodwill's non-for-profit. Did y'all know that? All the places that collect these clothes and turn around and sell it, not-for-profit. They have employees. They pay them from the money that they get from the clothes that they charge. And it's non-for-profit. They just get some cool tax write-offs. I'm buffering. Hold on. I shouldn't be buffering. Hold on, y'all. It's buffering. Hold on. Let me turn this other internet off. Let me turn this other internet off, y'all. Because it shouldn't be buffering. Hold on. I'm trying to. I'm disconnecting it. So I just disconnected. Let me know if everything's cool. I shouldn't be buffering. Nobody else told me I'm buffering. My moderator didn't say I was buffering. Am I buffering, Mystique? Am I buffering, CC? See, they say not for them. It might be your internet, family. Here's Rib. Thank you, family. Cibolina, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up for your brother Stone. Listen. I'm just telling y'all the facts. I want to help artists. I just want people, if you get on my channel, get on here with the righteousness. Don't get on here sharing information to confuse people. Razmir said, I used to run into a lot of gatekeepers on the red line train coming from Hollywood, passing out their calling cards on the train. Y'all see what I'm saying? Jay Bond say, your Walmart, Targets, and many others wouldn't be around if it wasn't for knowledge. Facts. Yaya say, you're good, Stone. Yaya, thank you. Yaya, hit that thumbs up for your brother. Listen, I love it when people come on here with knowledge. But just know it's probably best to listen to me first before you come into my live just saying anything. Because what you'll find out real fast, this brother know his shit. So for those of you that think you got caught, because I get people on here with corporation, I start a corporation, and I get people on here with a non-for-profit. I think they want to sound smart because I don't get why they come in my live and try to misdirect people, almost like they're trying to come to my channel to get people to run over to their channel so they can get them to buy into whatever narrative they're running. Because other than that, why are you at my channel? I'm just saying, hold on, y'all. So, like I was saying, I'm sorry, you guys. Hit that thumbs up as you are coming into this live. Gatekeepers. I'm going to show you how to get past the gatekeepers. Here's the key. First of all, start with this. It's okay to question gatekeepers. Even if you know they might not be one, but they're acting as so. I always suggest people this. Ask them for their bio. Ask them, how long have you been doing this? You mind send me a bio? These are the things that will run wannabe gatekeepers away. And even the real ones that are real gatekeepers, they'll kind of slow down on running game to you because they'll be like, oh, they checking in on me. They checking in on me. Sherry, what's up, Sherry? Hit that thumbs up, Sherry. See, the R said, a few the LA2A in the back just got warm audio, S800, closest to the Sony. I could find for real. Neumann is good too, but 3K for a UA7 doesn't sound like a 2K difference. Listen, I got a U87. I never use it. Bro, let me tell you something. I never use it. I ain't even joking with you because I have like 30 mics, but I figured out how to get the mic to sound good. Now, I don't know if you see, but right here I got an SSL 9000. Oh no, hold on. Where's that at? It's right here somewhere. Hold on. It's on the other side of this mixer. I got the SSL 9000 super analog X-Rack. It comes off of Timberland's tour bus. I bought it off of Timberland's tour bus, right? When he was changing things out his tour bus. If you know how to run a mic, it doesn't even matter what mic you have. If you know how to set your mic up with preamp, you can make it sound like any mic. I'm trying to tell you, man, I've done it. It just depends on what kind of mic you get and if you know your stuff when it comes to actually setting that mic up properly. We're going to get back to the gatekeepers and we're going to come back to the mic. But that is a great mic. You did it. You great choice. I am all for warm audio. Let me tell you something. When warm audio came out, I was at the NAMM convention when they first introduced their product. I was there checking out all their product, bro. And everybody, all of us were blown away. All of us industry cats. Javon said a lot of gatekeepers be nice because they try to woo you. Yes, they will. Because the gatekeeper's whole point is to get in your pocket. See that R said, yes, sir. The UC1 is good, but it ain't that real. I got that real shit. Don't get me wrong. UC1 is a great controller. All it is every bit of a dog controller. That's it. I'm talking about that real analog stuff. Look, I want you to look up. This is what I'm gonna suggest for you. See the art. Get you an X rack. Get you an X rack or X desk. Get you one. Trust me, you'll thank me. Because with your X rack, you can put your preamps, your Super 9000 preamp, your compression, your EQs, and you got an SSL console, a real console. Not no plug-in or none of that. Y'all hear my vocals? Did y'all hear Marva King last night? Did you guys hear her vocals last night? Incredible. You hear Pac Heat's vocals? Incredible. All ran through the SSL. Go listen to my records. There's nothing to ever substitute the real SSL stuff. Now, UC1 is a great controller, but it is attached to a plugin. Now, mind you, SSL deals with the best plugins because they make their own plugins. But when you can have some of the real stuff too, and you combine it with that, magic. I'm telling you, listen, when I tell you super magic, magic. Okay, I got the spirit. Yeah, then you definitely need to do what I'm telling you to do. Get that Super 9000, SSL Super 9000 EQ. I can show you what I'm saying. Hold on, let me just show you. It's better for me to show you than to tell you. Let me go in my A room and you understand what I'm saying. It's okay, but the UC1 is every bit of a controller. This is what you need to add to the studio, though. Hold up. You see that? That's what you need to add. That's the SC. You see that G compressor? That's the real deal. You see that EQ, the preamp, the compression, and the EQ? That's what you need to add, family. That's what you need. Now, over here is the SSL X desk. And you talking about SSL summing and all that. That's what you need to add. You won't go wrong. Trust me. 16 channels. That's that real shit. And then you combine that with your plugins. That's the SSL console. Now, this is the SSL Nucleus console. It's the SSL Nucleus console. Right? So when you add it, I mean, the UC1, they try to replace the nucleus with the UC1, but the difference between the UC1 and the nucleus is the outputs. It's got outputs, it's got preamp outputs, it's got a super analog preamp already built in. The UC1 doesn't have the super analog preamp built in. It doesn't have it built in. So I'm just giving you game. If you're doing hip hop and R&B, then you need that super not Teddy Riley. Every time I talk to Teddy, he uses the same stuff I use. He's got the super analog, SSL super analog, preamps, and he's using all that. We're all using the same stuff. We never compromise. The plugins we do use, because SSL got the best SSL plugins because it comes from them. Waves, when they have it, they got to get permission from SSL. But when you use SSL plugins, they give you that extra thing. But if you can use the real deal and combine it with the plugins, bro, all day. Like even right here in my B room. Look what I got, just to show you I ain't playing. This one comes off a Timberland's tour bus. This one here comes off a Timberland's tour bus, another SSL off of Timberland's. This came directly off a Timberland's tour bus. So that Oh, sorry. My man said that he could tell I know my shit. Yeah, what I was saying is I've been in the game a long time. A long time. I go all the way back. I was signed to Grand Jury Warner Brothers, me and Meech, by the CEO, Michael Conception. You know what I'm saying? Music industry executive. So I didn't work with everybody. Worked on just unimaginable remixes on top records. Teddy Riley is my boy. Like I said, Teddy uses all the super analog stuff. Yeah. So, it works. And when you know, you know. All right? Okay, I'm good now. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how long I was off. So did y'all hear when I was showing the equipment? I was showing the SSL. What I was saying is this one comes off, my A room has SSL, and this one comes off of Timberland's tour bus right here. This is the SSL X rack, and this actually comes off of Timberland's tour bus. This is in the B room. Okay. And then the A room is the same SSL setup. So all I'm saying is when you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. When you know, you know. As a producer, as an engineer, all the top engineers know Babyface, A Studio, and B Studio got this same setup that I got in the A room. They got the X desk and the X rack, and they don't even use the big SSL 9000 because it costs so much to run it. So they're using the X desk and the X racks. That is a SSL mixer. You combine those together, you have an actual SSL console, the real deal, no joke. Thank you, A Banks. I appreciate you. A Banks, hit that thumbs up, family. Sibo says, Stone, where's the studio? I'm going to record some songs there. Where's what studio, family? Where's my studio? I'm in Las Vegas. I'm in Las Vegas, family. And my studio's private, so nobody can just pull up. I gotta like you first. And I gotta like you, and then I gotta talk to you. I gotta vibe with you. I gotta make sure you ain't caught up in no whole bunch of. Yeah, don't just anybody pull up here. Yeah, don't just anybody pull up to the studio. Nikki said, yes, sir. Because you got to understand, I don't need people's money. If you work in the studio with me, you got lucky. If I let you come in my studio, I like you. First as a person. Because I could tell you can go book studio at another studio. I have to make it worth the person sitting in the room with me. So I don't just let anybody think they can pull up on me and be like, yeah, I want to get in your studio. I got the money. I don't care if you got the money. I got to first be able to vibe with you because I know what I'm going to bring. And I got to make sure your head is right and your mental is right. So I'm in Vegas, family. I know that's right. Hey. See the art. I'm with you on that. You like me. Rasmir say, that's right, Stone. Listen, I would sit in the studio when I was younger, when I was like 15, 16, 14, 13, 10. I would sit right next to the engineer. And I'd ask questions like, what does that do? And what does that button do? We're going to get back to these gatekeepers, too. That's how I learned. I sat with some of the best engineers in the game. J-Bond says, Stone goes off the energy. If you're not right, he is not meant. Man, come on, spit to him, J-Bond. And then C to the R say, real shit, money ain't everything. If I got it, Joey Batter, yes. Nikki said facts. I mean, y'all know how many, let me tell you something. Do you know how many projects I've turned away? Because I want y'all to understand. Typically, when I do a song, let's say a client called me from a label, and they're like, Stone, I need a song. That's $5,000 a song. Period. There's no negotiating. There's no Stone. Can you? Now, if you're doing 10 or more songs, that's when I go, okay, you're doing 10 or more, I'm gonna bring the price down. But if you just coming to me for one song, that's 5,000. I could pull the paperwork up and show y'all. I'm not playing with y'all, but I earned that right. Now, if you coming in studio time hourly, Typically, my hourly studio time is anywhere from 90 to 120. It depends on what you need me to do. If I give you a discount, you got lucky. 90 to 120 an hour. Real, no joke. I'm not making this up. If you want to do the pop-up studios, you're more than welcome. You're going to get pop-up results. If you want a quality producer, you're going to pay. Now, there's people that call me and say, Stone, can you work us a deal? I got more than 12 songs I want to do with you. Then I come down on my price because I'm like, all right, they rocking with me, right? But if, once again, if you come to me and you talking about, that's why this compilation is special, this first one, because I ain't charging nobody to be on it except for being a member of my channel. The second compilation is coming because they're dropping back to back. I'm charging $500 per position on the compilation because you keeping 100% of your royalties. I'm not making no money off of you, but I'm charging you to be on the second one because this first one's setting the tone. Now, I've done tons of compilations. Let me show you what I mean so you understand. You won't be like, oh, Stone capping. That's like the new thing for y'all. Y'all love the word capping, right? So we're gonna make it right. I was the first producer in history to produce a tribute to Tupac. There it is right there. That was back in the day. Those are all my different artists under my label. That was my ex-wife right there. That's my ex-wife back in the day. That's me. That was one of my other artists. And these are other projects I had coming out. I want you to understand this was 1998. I was the first person to produce a tribute to Tupac Shakur. If you've seen this online, I was the producer before Death Row, before Daz, anybody did a compilation, I produced it. Y'all understand? So understand that. This is not new for me. Producing compilations is not new. I do it all the time. I did the Dallas All-Stars, Volume 1. I took it down. I'm going to put it back up. I did the East Meets West. Cambodia Mystique executive produced that one along with me too. So I want you guys to understand. I want you to know this is not new for me. I did that tribute to Tupac because Pac was a cool dude. And I met Pac in 91 and he was a good guy, man. And it hurt my heart when he passed away. So I tried to talk to Suge them initially, but nobody responded. So I contacted Tupac's mom through a friend of mine, through one of the outlaws. His name is Hasashi Ryder, right? And I can't remember Afeni's assistant, man. I forgot her name. She's a sweetheart, white lady. Sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. I contacted her and then she talked to Pac's mom. She put me on the phone with Pac's mom. She gave me the permission to use that name. And the law firm signed off for it. Her law firm signed off. That's how I was able to do that. So understand, compilations is something I do all the time. I'm not a gatekeeper. All those artists that are on that project, it gave them a name. Now, if they kept going, that was on them. If they didn't, that was on them. But I gave them a name by putting them on that compilation. Nikki say, boss lady, absolutely right. Stone is definitely a legend. That's what they say. Well, that's what the industry say. I don't know. I guess I don't know if they right or not. Let me quit. C to the R said, I understand the mentality. You got to, if you want to make it out, family, I'm going to keeping my head down, family. No need to boast. Exactly. Hey, C to the R. And profits from cuts, maybe, my boy, don't forget that. Hey, C to the R, look, I don't even take, like when I do a compilation, all I take is my producer percentage. I don't touch their publishing. I don't touch their mechanicals. I've got tons of records that are charted. If you see my wall, it's nothing but plaques. But all that says is that I'm consistent. And that I got a recipe that works, right? But it doesn't mean I'm better than nobody. I'm still offering opportunity, but I offer it with transparency. Rasmir said, hey, I think I came across that. Oh, I'm sure you did, Rasmir. Listen, I'm remastering it and getting ready to put it back out. The Tribute to Tupac Volume 1 and Volume 2. The Volume 2 was a blue cover. I'm remastering all that as we speak. I'm about to put it back out. C to the R said, one thing is a lot of artists and people who want to make it big in the hip hop game or music game. It's all business, 20% skill. 90% business, 10% artistry. It's 90% business, 10% artistry. A fact. I'm going to show you. Is that the only reason you see Stone Paxton in this business is because it's 90% business and 10% artistry. And I understand that. I'm a sharp businessman, right? And I know that. I'm a great artist too, but I'm a sharp businessman. Cherry says Stone skilled and got exactly. See, I know that game. Javon say the whole thing is Stone know me now, but even in willing to pay him, I'm willing to pay him for his time and knowledge. Business is business. Respect. Thank you, Javon, for that. I appreciate you saying that. Just so people understand where you coming from. Putting people on, bro. That's what's up. Listen, C to the R. I'm gonna tell you something deep. Rasmus said, "Did you work on Tupac's One Nation album?" No, I didn't. I was the first producer ever to produce a tribute to Tupac. They contacted me, but the business just nothing ever went down with it, you know. So I didn't end up having no tracks on it. But I'm okay. I am the first producer ever to do a tribute to Pac. That is monumental. Cherry says, Stone, I'm just learning about Roy Hargrove. Watched his documentary. Did you know him? Yes, I did know him. Yeah, I knew Mr. Hargrove. I did. Didn't really get to really do anything with him, but I knew him because of my circle of people deal with him. I got close friends that's close to him. That was close to him. So this is how you get past gatekeepers. I keep forgetting. With gatekeepers, when you meet them and they run in that game about what they can do for your career, and this is what I can do for you, man. Listen, I deal with everybody in the game, man. You know, listen, man, I can take you from from A to Z, man. This is what I can do, man. Like, give me a chance to show you, player. I know everybody. I deal with Snoop. They're gonna run game. They're gonna show you pictures. That's me and Snoop. That's me and E40. That's me and hey, you took that shit at the club. You took that picture at a club. Quit playing with me. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to say, hey man, do you mind sending me references? Do you mind, sending me your resume? And that's when the bullshit's gonna stop. Javon said, I learned when you receive a blessing, you will be blessing. You will be a blessing. And MR Stone is very humble enough for me to want to bless him for all he does. Thank Javon. Thank you for that, family. I appreciate you, man. That's just solid, bro. I thank you for that, man. That's the reason I work the way I work. Just so that people appreciate me for what I do. I don't ask for much. I just ask for appreciation. Listen, my man, C to the R, I think. I'm going to share something with you. He said, I like to put artists on, putting people on, bro. Listen, I'm going to tell you a couple artists that were my artists that you know of. And because of me, they have a career in the music industry. Number one, Schaefer, a.k.a. the R&B artist Neo. That was my artist. I had him at, I think he was 14, 1984. 1994, 14 or 15. Yeah. Another person I had was Corey Clark from American Idol, the scandal, the one that slept with Paula Abdul. I had him and Neo in a group I put together called Envy. That was my group. You can look them up on Apollo. I put the group together. I rehearsed the group, put the songs together, stuff like that. And then what happened was my buddy came and stole the group from behind my back. I set up a meeting for him to take them to LA. And when he went to LA, he came back and he took the group from me. At the time, he was a police officer. So he stole the group from me and he dared me to say anything. He pretty much dared me to say something and kind of like, watch what I'll do. And I believed him. I was younger then and he was a police officer. What was I supposed to do? Go against that at that time? Back then, I was what? I was 24. I was 24 years old back then. So what was I gonna do? Go against a police officer? I'm relatively. I had only been in Vegas. No, I've been in Vegas at time for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and he kind of made a threat. That's my group now, man. Hey, check this out, Paxton. That's my group now. Don't call them. Don't bother them. Don't say nothing to them. So he pretty much gangstered my group from me. I named the group. I put the group together, and the rest is history. And you look at Neo. When Neo look in his window, when he get up in the morning, look in his mirror. And he look at his beautiful house. And he get in that beautiful car. I want y'all to imagine this. He gets in that beautiful car and he's driving the whip. So I saw somebody online talking about, yeah, I seen that Stone Paxton guy claims to have discovered Neo. It ain't no claim, baby. I did. Do you think that I would get on there? You think I would let magazines interview me about discovering Neo and Corey Clark and I'm capping? Too many people in the music industry know me for me to play the cap game and know that I'm gonna get a call, be like, yo, bro, why you online capping and lying? Yes, I discovered the guy you looking at right here discovered Neo. Yes, it started right here with me. Tons of other groups that I've gotten record deals during the time when record labels were looking for artists and I was putting them in my studio, producing them. The same way you see me working now, I've been working like this for 42 years straight, nonstop. Nonstop. No breaks. Consistently in a room with four walls producing or on stage with lights and performing or helping people with their business. All my life, I've dedicated to this. I don't have any kids. I got stepkids through relationships, but I dedicated my life so much to this music that I didn't even have any children. I'm gonna show you the dedication that I put into this. So when that's weird. The music, I'm telling y'all, it's the energy in my studio. The music muted. Y'all didn't hear when that stopped and did a little mute? I don't know why I did that. That was kind of weird, but it never does that. It's kind of like I was sitting there and I pressed the solo button, but my studio got energy like it because everybody recorded in there. Rasmir said, you can't lie in that industry. People know people and they will. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Rasmir, you're right. If you lie in this business, ain't nobody challenged me on the Neo thing because they know it ain't a lie. Everybody in Vegas know it's the truth. His family know it's the truth. He know it's the truth. But the only thing Neo did is when he would get on early on in his career, when he made it, he would get on and they would ask him, where is he from? And for a long time, he would say he's from Atlanta. And he would mention some other guy's name. And that shit used to bother me, man. Yeah, man. It used to bother me. I'd be like, why is he not mentioning my name? If they say, how did you get your start? That's no trick question. If you ask me how I got my start, I'm going to give you the timeline. Well, back in the day, I was this and that, and I met this guy, and he was the New Kids on the Block. No, my first deal was with an independent label, and then I met the New Kids on the Block's manager, and he was managing Snap and the New Kids on the Block and Dougie Fresh, and I gave him a demo, and I'm gonna give you the whole story. You feel what I'm saying? I can't jump to the future. You feel what I'm saying? I can't jump to the future and say, hold on, y'all, give me 1 second. Marva King just texted me. Couple words on this song, y'all. But I have to message her when I get off the live. But what I don't understand is this has been a problem, right? It's like this Mexican group, I got a record deal for them. And they were young, man. They were like, I'm not even joking with you. They were, I don't know, I think they were 14 and 15 too. Mexican rap group, right? They were called Clica One. When I produced them, when I took them to Thump Records, I got the original contract somewhere in my paperwork, right? I could pull it out and show y'all. Y'all be like, damn, Stone keep everything. I got my original agreement that I had with the group, with Envy. I keep everything. But I took these guys to a label called Thump Records. It's Thump Universal, and they would put out all the lowrider records. So I got these guys. I begged the president of Thump Records. You got to remember, these are three Mexican guys called Clica One. You can go look them up. The songs I produce are the ones that sell and stream the most out of any records that they've ever had. Once again, I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm going to show you all the shit I do for people. I took them to Thump Records. I begged the president, a white guy. I begged him damn near on my knees when I was younger for a record deal for these guys. I was 1995. I was 25. Okay, you see all this stuff that was happening during that time. I was doing a lot. I was active with getting groups record deals, producing them, flying to LA. Why? I was still under my contract with Grand Jury, right? Grand Jury Warner Brothers. So I was getting a lot of people deals. So I begged the CEO of the record label. This is no joke. Let me show you something. Give me 1 second. I want to show y'all Stone don't be capping. It's a goddamn shame. Somebody explain why they send a bad boy to play a grown man game. I be agitated, looking at the bitch niggas that made it. I be trying to ignore the patterns, but the West Coast needs saving. I ain't wearing tight jeans, and I ain't dissing the dead. I'm not on paperwork, and I ain't snitching to the feds. Everybody wanna be real, do some real shit, get the bragging. You ain't really from the city, niggas, so stop all your yapping. Copping. Ain't this anybody feeling? The West got the torch, niggas all up in their feelings. Ain't nobody better than the program, so you better be eating and ready for the throwdown. Copping. Low riders and OGs, big dreams for the schemes and gang banging league, niggas copping. Woke ups and drive-bys, but niggas got more beat the champs and 5 jobs. Copping. All right. So, y'all know I'm the kind of person I got to show you when I'm talking, right? I was trying to find the original contract for the Mexican group, right? It's somewhere in my paperwork. So I took them to Thump Records and I begged the president to give them a record deal. I begged. I'll never forget. I was in that meeting and I'm telling you this story to tell you a reason. They did the same thing that Neo did. They get on interviews. One of the guys, Bad Boy, it's Bad Boy, S.A. Brown, and Romero. Bad Boy and S.A. Brown, Bad Boy, S.A. Brown, Romero. Bad Boy and S.A. Brown, they get on interviews and they talk, but they don't mention the fact that I took them to the label. They will talk like everything they did on their own. And they were young dudes. Y'all didn't have no car. Well, they had cars. Well, one of them had a car. He was a teenager, but they didn't have relationships to walk into labels, right? So I begged the CEO, Bill, and the vice president, Rodriguez something. I can't remember his first name. I begged him for a whole record deal. I said, listen, I say Mexican rappers, I'm going to show y'all. I want y'all to watch your boy Stone. This is what I said to them in 1995. I said, Mexican rappers are the future. Latin rappers are the future. Mr. Bill, you got to trust me. Now, at that time, you only had Lighter Shade of Brown and Kid Frost. They weren't signing Mexican rappers. Those are the only ones you had. I said to the president, Mexican and Latin rappers are the future. Bill, you got to trust me, Mr. Bill. Trust me, please. Can you give them a record deal? I'm begging like this. I'm at the table, the conference room, with me and the whole group and their manager at the time because they were not managed. And then they end up having this Mexican manager named Esteban, real cool guy. He was a member of the Mexican mafia, like this guy. But he was the coolest dude in the world. He was the coolest guy in the world, but he was a member of the Mexican mafia, and he became their manager. So it was me, him. We all rode up together. It was like an experience. The car broke down. It was like a movie. We're headed to this meeting. The car breaks down. All kinds of crazy stuff. Right? We get to the meeting, and I beg the president, CEO of Thump Records. Look up Thump Records, Thump Universal. I begged him like this for a record deal. And you know what he did? This is what he did in the meeting. He sat at the table, looked at me like this. Mexican don't buy Mexican rappers. Black people don't buy Mexican rappers. I said, Mr. Bill, I get it. I know. I said, but Kid Frost did okay. He said, that's an anomaly. I said, Lighter Shade of Brown. He said, that's an anomaly. Those things are not going to happen. I said, Mr. Bill, Latin rappers of the future, you got to trust me. Take a chance, please. Please, Mr. Bill. He still was like this. And the guys were sitting in the meeting looking. They were like, watching me spit to him why he needs to sign this group. We go through, we talk for hours, probably 2 hours, only for me to convince him. I said, well, at least can you do a single deal? He said, okay, I'll do it. I'll put him on the compilation. What I'll do, he said, I'll put him on the Lowrider compilation. I'll put a single on there. Let's do that. Are you okay with that? And I said, I'm okay. When I looked at the fellas, I said, y'all cool with that? Well, they wanted opportunity, so they weren't gonna say no. I looked at them and it's kind of like, let's just take the opportunity. Now, y'all know what the signing bonus was? Y'all ready? And this is a big label, and they're even bigger now. They had money back then, but guess what the signing bonus was? Hey, Razmir Jones said I bought a lot of Thump records, especially rap. Okay, then you might have this one I'm about to show to you. Barbara, what's up? Hit that thumbs up. The signing bonus was $500. And I remember when he said, well, I'm only going to give them $500. And I looked at them, I said, damn. I said, well, it is what it is. I told the fellas, I said, I talked to them a little bit. I said, listen, it's really nothing, but it's an opportunity, right? And we took that little $500 single deal. 6 months later, they blew up. They blew up 6 months later. This was the compilation. I produced the song Late Night Creep, track 10. I'm just showing y'all. I wanted them to get, and then the CEO called me back. He called me back, right? Number 10 I did. And you see the names on there. You see all the names on there? These are all legendary hip hop names. All right? These are all legendary rappers on this compilation that I got these guys on. This is how your boy been willing and dealing since I was a young dude. I've always been willing and dealing for artists, right? The president calls me 6 months later and he says, Stone, do you have the album on those guys still? I said, yeah. He said, man, I'd like to talk to you about the album. I said, no, Sir Bill. I'm putting it out myself. So, nah, I'm good. Thank you, though. Thank you. But I'm putting it out myself. Sorry. And I did not take the deal. But the fellas kind of went behind my back after I did all that stuff for them. And they did a lot of tricky stuff, man. They kind of became my enemy. I'm going to show you the stuff that Stone does, the sacrifices I've made. I put these guys on, and they went behind my back and started doing tricky little stuff, stealing my songs and doing deals with third-party labels with my records to the point where I had to send legal notices to the labels that I didn't give them permission because I own the masters to the record. So I've helped a lot of people, y'all, and the list goes on. I am not a gatekeeper. I'm not afraid to put people on if they're disciplined. Now, if I knew what I knew about those guys back then and their insincerity, I would have never put them on. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I knew, now we cool now, but if I knew that they were gonna, for a period of time, become my enemy when all I did was help them and they like went against me and was doing weird stuff and doing stuff behind my back, I would have never put them on. But I'm gonna show you my character. I could have spit stuff in the game and told people about them, but I didn't. I let them live their life and just stopped dealing with them. But I put them in the game. Now, everything is cool now. They're back and they want to give me my flowers. But Reisman said I had those on CDs and cassettes. Somebody stole them. They sell those at, oh, yes, they sure do. Yes, they sure do. Raspberry know his shit. So now they want to give me my flowers, but this is the part I hate. I watched a couple interviews. One of the members, Bad Boy, Bad Boy is my boy. As a matter of fact, you can look through my shorts and see him in the studio with me. Good guy. But when he tells the story about the group, he don't even mention it right. He misses. I don't know if it's because of too much weed smoking. I don't know. He misses a whole plot of the story. And I have to go under videos when they're being interviewed and say that's not the real story, bro. That's not how. So the only way I'm going to correct these stories is when my documentary that I'm working on. When it's done, then all the real stories about all the artists I've helped are going to be told the way it really was, the way it really happened. Because if you let other people tell a story when you were the one that created the opportunity, they're gonna tell it. They're gonna make themselves look glorified. Why? I don't know. What's wrong with giving a person their credit? Though I'm not a normal gatekeeper. Why not give me my credit? Why not? You know how easy it would be for Neo to say every time a person goes up to him and mention my name, he kind of gets nervous. They say, "Oh, I know Stone Paxton. He started y'all. He started the group that you started your career off." And he get quiet. They say. And then want to go deeper. My buddy that stole the group tried to take Neo to court years later, and I end up in this court situation with Neo to get out of the court case. Neo's legal team said that the original manager was Stone Paxton. I'm showing y'all how crazy this game is. When you could just be loyal to people and you don't, we don't even have to go to all that crazy stuff. But Neo's legal team mentioned to discredit my friend, he wasn't even the original manager. He wasn't Neo's original manager. Original manager and producer was a guy named Stone Paxton. This game is crazy, man. All it takes is one person to just be right. Just there's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, it's a guy named Stone Paxton back in the day. He put us together. He rehearsed us, man. And I don't know what happened with him and his friend. I just know we end up being managed. But his friend took us, and Stone was real mad about it. And you know, and that guy was a police officer. How hard is it to say that? I started with a guy named Stone Paxton. Does that bother you to say? Does that bother? I'm just saying, y'all. Is that making any sense to you guys? How hard is it to say? A guy named Stone Paxton started my career. I started my whole career started off in a group named Envy that a guy named Stone Paxton put together. He had Corey Clark first, and then they added me and three other guys. That's how I got my start, y'all. It started there, Las Vegas. What's wrong with saying? I'm trying to understand. Like, what's wrong with just saying that? Is that hard? But one day he will spit the truth. Classic Ken folk, hit that thumbs up for your brother, family. It's good to see you, fam. John Stamps a salute stone. The music industry is like, yes, it is. Oh, listen, it is 100% like the streets. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all. That's all it is. Javon say right now it's hardcore facts that Stone has found me as an artist. I would be a fool to get out here and not tell folks that he didn't discover me. This is the biggest opportunity of my life. Classic folks say Don Dada. Thank you, brother. Classic folks, I appreciate you. Listen, if any of you guys say, Stone, how you get your start? I'm going to talk about all the real gatekeepers who opened the door, who didn't play games and gave me opportunity. I'm going to say, and I'm going to name them A to Z. I'm going to say this person was the first person. This how I got my first record deal. And then that deal kind of didn't work out. And I ended up at this other label. And that didn't work out. And then I ended this other label where I went on tour and I met Tupac in 1991 at the Black Radio Exclusive. And Fab from Milli Vanilli became my good friend. Where I first met Babyface and Busta Rhymes and Puffy was there, you know, in his beginning of his career. Everybody. And then I go down the timeline and I say, then I signed with Mike Conception. Mike Conception was interested in me as a producer, writer, artist. So I'm not going to leave nobody out. It's a timeline. It's called a story, your life story. Neo can't even do a movie. and do his story without. How you gonna write me out of your biopic? I'm just saying. I thought about it. I said, damn, is he gonna write me out of his biopic and act like when it's time for him to do a story, like, or is he gonna contact me when they do the documentary and say, let me reach out to Stone, man. I gotta have him in here, even though I've canceled him out through the years and not mentioned his name. I gotta have Stone in my documentary about where it all started. How can you do a documentary if you don't mention the guy that put you in the group that started it all? It don't make sense. What you gonna skip? He would have to skip the whole group. Because surely people gonna ask questions. Well, who was the person that started the group? You just said that it wasn't the David Wallace guy, my friend. You know it was me. And all y'all know, the industry know it was me. Vegas know it was me. So what are you gonna do? Skip all the way up to the part where the group was a part of it. You're gonna erase the group and just start from when you got your solo deals. Is that how the story's gonna be told? I wonder a lot about that. So that's why I'm not waiting for him to tell the story. It'll be in my documentary. And then he'll see that and be like, damn, Stone told the whole story for real. Make no mistakes, you guys. I'm a gatekeeper, but I'm not a normal gatekeeper. So I know gatekeepers because I was once an artist that needed help. Rajman said Tyrese never mentioned Stop's Restaurant in Watts where his mom worked at. He never mentions that in interviews. His mom knew my mom. See, and it's things like that. Why not mention everybody that was involved, man? Like what? Come on, folks, man. Artists. Artists that have been in the music industry. Artists that haven't. You guys coming across this live, hit the thumbs up. How hard is it to mention a person's name? Neo know that I was the beginning of his career. Neo know that I was the one that put together the group that he was in. He was put in. Him and Corey Clark. They both know. How can you go to bed at night and not look at your beautiful home and cars and go, damn, it all started with a dude named Stone Paxton. My lifestyle. It all started with a dude named Stone Paxton. I wouldn't even be here if that dude had not believed in us and put that group together. Y'all see, it's called the butterfly effect. One thing can change your whole history. Real talk. Packy, what's up, family? Hey, Packy, I'm finishing the single today. I'm sending it off to the mastering engineer. It should be dropping on Friday or Saturday. I'll call you though. Y'all keep hitting those likes, the thumbs up, please. I just want to show y'all. No artist makes it on their own. I just want y'all to know somebody is always behind the scenes helping them. Don't sit around and think. Yeah, Packy, we moving. We ain't playing. Yeah. I'm going to tell you something deep. Y'all smart. I want you to go back. Now, I wasn't even going to talk about that. I want y'all to do a little homework. I want you to go back when Neo's career first started. I want you to watch this video. He was barely dancing. Kind of almost had two left feet. And then I want you to go look at my video from the Black Music Awards in 2009. Watch me on stage. Stone Paxton, Black Music Awards. At that time, Neo wasn't even kicking microphones. He wasn't wearing hats. Watch me from the Whiskey a Go-Go. I had a hat on tip. He wasn't rocking no hats in the beginning of his career. He went, he still loved his mentor. I know he got love for me, quiet as kept. He got love for me. I know he does. Because I got love for him. But he saw the tip of that hat, how I tipped my hat, and he changed his whole swag up. He started kicking the microphone. He started wearing hats. He wasn't doing that. I ain't making this up. Go back and look at his earlier videos. You got to go back and look at the timeline, how he dressed and how he performed on the stage. He wasn't kicking microphones. He saw my video on YouTube. He started, you're gonna research your mentor. You're gonna research the person that if they still on point. I'm on point still. So he started kicking mics and wearing hats. He wasn't doing that. So you're right. Y'all Y'all know what's up. Y'all see what's really happening. Y'all saw it. Y'all pays attention. Nikki said that's a fact. Born Shamir said, I'm writing this all down, Stone. I'm gonna research it. Yes, please, Born Shamir. I need you to go all the way back at the beginning of his career and watch how he danced and watch what he was wearing from his start. And then watch the switch up around because 2005 is when So Sick of Love song came out. 2005. So he wasn't kicking mics and wearing hats like that and dressing that way. But I was. I've been kicking mics since I was a kid. Right? When you see my documentary, you'll see my footage goes all the way back. So you'll see my timeline. But on YouTube, you'll be able to see the footage of me live, how I'm dressed, how I'm performing. Now, and you go match up the timeline of when Neo was doing all that stuff. Match up the timeline, and you'll go, oh shit, Stone right. He bit the swag, and I'm not mad. Just give credit where credit is due. That's all I'm saying. Give credit where credit is due. Like you bite somebody's swag or it's your mentor, it's okay. My mentor was Joe Tex. If you don't know who Joe Tex is, he used to kick the microphone. My mom used to show me Joe Tex videos when I was little. That's where I got all that from. That's where James Brown took it from. Joe Tex. James Brown just took it to another level. So yeah, I took it from Joe Tex from when I was a little dude watching Joe Tex kick microphones. Neo took it from me by watching me. He took the swag and the hat and how I was dressed in my suit. Just go watch me. Stone Paxton in the BMA Music Awards. I had lots, but I was kicking the mic. Check out Stone Paxton at the Whiskey A Go Go. Me live at the Whiskey A Go Go with my band. Check that one out. I got the hat on, my swag. I kick mics on all the videos, right? He took the swag. It's okay. I know it's the swag. I get it. I get it. You feel what I'm saying? Classic Kim folks say it's making sense. 2005, he dropped that So Sick of Love song. He had no hat. He had no suit swag. Now, he wasn't doing none of that shit. He was just he was doing the little dude stuff, the little beanies and shit. Not no suited out, not no hats and microphone. He had to create a new character. He looked at his mentor, Stone Paxton. He went online. Let me see what Stone doing now. Oh shit! Ooh, that's cold how he kicked that mic. Listen, the microphone technique is you gotta perfect it. It's okay. People can try. There's a guy in town who bites off of me. He performing a casino. He done bit his whole swag. He grew his dreadlocks. He tried to dress like me. Yeah, real talk. I ain't making this up. Listen, I've been originally me since I was a young dude. I've always been originally me. Dress my own way, create my own style. I've always done it. Big Ron say, I swear I know I'm not the only one who went through this, but I see it seems that way because we're not telling the people a lot of the dull stars have backstab and shit. Our throats not being yes. Big Rome. Facts. Big Rome, hit that thumbs up. Pat Key say energy vampire. Yeah. Just think, you know, but think about it. Energy vampires can only last so long. Because if it's not really who they are, it's gonna wear off. It's gonna wear off. It's just the name of the game. It's not gonna last long. Roger said, I believe it. It was a lot of rap groups copycatting off our group. We did conscious music. Night Rider, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up. Rajmir. When you got something hot, it's easier for people to bite your swag. They like, shoot, I'm just gonna go bite the swag, right? I'll go bite Rajmir. I'll just go bite Stone. Ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna know if I bite Stone. I'm a bigger star than Stone Paxton. Nobody's gonna know. But then later on, they start seeing Stone, and people start going, "Wait a minute, why this man? It's weird. I know Stone is older, but man, Stone got a certain kind of swag, and that's weird." And they don't know my Neo's connection to me or my connection to Neo. So they're just trying to piece it together. Like, oh, that's kind of weird because you guys are not the only people that say, man, Neo's swag reminds me of yours. I could be at a gas station. Somebody say, man, your swag. I'm like, no, I'm older than Neo. And he used to be my artist. So, no. Night Rider say, ride the wave. The only way you're going to be the gatekeeper is to be straight up with them out the gate. Get it? The only way to be the gatekeeper is to be straight with them out the gate. Ask questions. When you start saying stuff like, let me see your resume. Hey, do you mind sharing me your resume? Do you mind sharing references? When you start doing things like that, if they're up to no good and they're full of shit, they're going to disappear. You ain't got to get rid of them. They're going to go. They're either going to be right with you, be transparent, or they're going to disappear. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to say, I researched you, I looked you up, and don't nothing come up. It doesn't show any groups you help. It doesn't show you've been in this business a long time. Don't be afraid to ask questions to gatekeepers, because all gatekeepers are really not gatekeepers. They just some people that act like gatekeepers is just this, and they just frequent the places where celebrities go and they take pictures and they post them on their Instagram and make you think that they're connected, and when in reality, a lot of them there's a lot that are not connected. Classic Ken folks say, how do you prevent individuals from stealing your style? Night Rider said, hold the keys to the gate. Sammy said, how's everything? Sammy, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up. Classic Ken folks say, how do you stop people from stealing your style? Unfortunately, Classic Ken folk, there's really no way to stop. And they say copying a person's the highest form of flattery. Impersonation is the highest form of flattery and people being us, right? But there's no way to really stop anybody from copying this. I got a friend of mine who comes on this live. I'm gonna say his name, Tommy. I love Tommy, but Tommy be copying. Tommy will see me wear glasses. He'll go try to find the same glasses. Tommy was. Some people are just unoriginal from the time they're born. No disrespect to my buddy, but I can keep it real with him because we talk like that. Some people are so unoriginal. Soon as they see something fresh, they want to bite it because they're scared to be themselves. My buddy Tommy, I love him, but he's unoriginal. Ever since I've known him, he don't really have a swag. So people that don't have a swag, their own swag, they search and everybody else's swag becomes theirs. They're scared to take a chance. These are people that are scared to be themselves, so they feel comfortable being somebody else. DJ Brightside just messaged me. Thank you, DJ Brightside. If you're on my live, as soon as I get off, I'm gonna message you. Now, you see what I'm saying? DJ Brightside just messaged me and said, Stone, I need your consultation. This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. These are people that respect me, man. These are people that don't want to waste my time. They understand the value of consulting with me. It does come with perks. It does. I'm the roadmap. I will be your roadmap to all things connected to moving forward righteously. Kinfolk, classic kinfolk. Yeah, the only thing we could do is exploit our style and our swag as much as possible, so that when somebody bite it, people know that it's originated from us. That's the only thing we can do, is at least exploit it, show it, talk about it, so that when somebody does bite it, it's a record of it. Video, pictures. Rasmus said, I created my own reality long time ago. There we go, Rasmus. That's what I'm talking about. Rick Rome said, I'll say his name, E. Will. He plays for Jodeci, Fantasia, SWV, etc. I had to have a talk with him, but there's a lot he doesn't know that I know that was against me. I love E like a little bro. I know who he is. I'm gonna tell you, I met E through my boy Mike Jackson. My boy Mike Jackson is the one. Here's another legend that didn't get his flowers, and he passed away about maybe 8 or 9 months ago. Mike Jackson. incredible keyboardists. Jodeci Sound, all the extra future sounds. Devontae would always use Mike Jackson on stage. When I tell you incredible keyboardists, so I met your boy through Mike. I know exactly who you're talking about. Ask your boy about Mike Jackson, but I feel you on that. Because, man, there's a lot of stuff that was plotted on me in this business, too, Big Rome. Man, Big Rome, you touching my heart with this. There's a lot of people that plotted. Let me tell you what this one guy said. One time I was in a rehearsal. A Stone City band. We were in a rehearsal. And for years, I've been telling people about Vegas and how people in Vegas were low-key hating on me. Mostly men. Not even mostly. 99.9% men. Right? Daphne Jones said that's a cold performance. Y'all did it the Whiskey a Go-Go like that. Your style and those braids, you rock Stone. High level energy. Yes, my locks. Yeah. But he wasn't that hat and all that whole swag, bro. Kicking the mic. That dude wasn't doing that. Hey, Big Rome. So in Vegas through the years, I get they play my records all over the world. Now, do Vegas play my records? Every once in a blue moon, I hear my records on the radio here. I ain't even gonna bullshit you, right? Every once in a blue moon. But it's usually because somebody had to say something to somebody at the station. So how come y'all ain't playing Stone, man? Stone got records charting all over the world. I don't know what's going on with my computer and why it's doing cuckoo stuff today. Okay. I don't know. The computer doing weird stuff today. Anyway. So, Big Rome, I'm going to share this story with you. And because I feel you. Everything you're saying is unspoken, but I feel it. I know what you're really saying. So I'm going to tell my story. Daphne Jones, Day Jones, ride out. Thank you, family. So Big Rome, peep this. So for years, I'm here in Vegas. I deal with everybody in the music industry, right? And then people will say, Stone, how come they don't be playing your records on the radio in Vegas, bro? You all over the world. You touring. You work with celebrities. Do you know how hard it is to want to tell the story? Because I already know I can't just tell everybody the real of what's really going on. Hey, John Taylor, what's up, family? Lil John, hit that thumbs up for you, brother. Welcome in. So, Big Rome. So I would say to people for years, I say, man, I don't know why they ain't playing me. I don't know. So some of the task makers in Vegas, heavyweight people, top musicians, top industry people, right? And one in particular person, it's a good friend of mine named Randy Hall. He co-produce records on Miles Davis. I love Randy. Shout out to my boy Randy. I'm actually gonna have him on here for an interview. So Randy, I have no idea why my computer's doing weird shit. Oh, it's like the music disappeared. Oh, I don't know what's going on. This shit is weird. Hold on. It's there, but then it's just doing weird stuff. So, okay, hold on, Big Rome. I'm not done. So, Big Rome. So, through the years, it's hit and miss with radio with me in Vegas. They'll play me. I could be in my car riding. I'm like, oh shit, they're playing my song, right? But for my contributions and what I've given, Vegas should be playing me 2-3 times a week. There's no reason I should be getting played in countries all around and cities like Ohio plays me. I'm in regular rotation in Cleveland, Ohio, right? Right? With this radio station called The Land. I'm in regular rotation. I'm in regular rotation in Philadelphia. I'm in regular rotation in London, Japan, Spain, China, Korea, Brazil, Germany, certain parts of Cali. But when it comes to Vegas, people always say, Stone, how come they're not playing you in Vegas? And I don't like having that uncomfortable conversation. So I tell them, man, I don't know. I say, I don't know, man. They play me when they play me, but no trip. Because I know that one radio station, understand, artists, these are gatekeepers. When you're in your city and they don't want to play you, clearly it's all a gatekeeper situation. This is what I'm telling you about gatekeepers. It's a gatekeeper situation. Because I'm going to tell you how I know. For years in Vegas, I used to be kind of bothered about not getting radio play. So I used to actually contact the program directors and the music directors, and I would say, listen, I used to say, man, listen, what do I have to do for you to play me here in town? Can we meet? Can we talk? And for years, they would avoid me. Yeah, we can meet. They say, yeah, they never meet with me. Or we meet, talk to them about it, and it would be a weird conversation. No joke. This is no joke. So I'm going to talk about one program director. I'm not going to mention that program director's name, but I'm going to tell you when gatekeeping meets personal shit, that also can happen. Because sometimes gatekeepers can like your girl. Sometimes gatekeepers can be jealous of you and they pretend like they want to put you on, but they really don't. But they'll take your money. Now, in my case, the first gatekeeper to the radio station for years liked my ex. I didn't even know until I had a conversation with her because they were going to interview me, right? And it was a thing going on in Vegas, and this was some years ago. This is like back in 2006. My mom had passed away in 2004, so it was like 2005. I didn't know he liked my girl. Now, this is my girl. I showed you guys on one picture, my ex-girlfriend. She was in, if you ever seen Prince Rave, the Joy Fantastic DVD, the girl that jumps on, the girl that on stage with Prince and George Clinton that was in like the cow print stuff, the Korean and black girl, that's my ex-girlfriend. So this DJ, he liked her for a long time, I guess. I didn't know anything about it. So I'm showing you gatekeepers too can have personal issues with you and they never even tell you. So this guy controlled what was played on the radio in Vegas. And all that time, he would never play my records. And when some of the DJs that knew me would play it, they actually called me and told me, he said, stop playing his music. I'm not trying to help him get. Now listen to this. I want you guys to listen to this. Boss Lady, Boss Lady, thank you for the 1999 super chat. Boss Lady say legendary Stone person feeding and dishing out pure facts. Thank you, Boss Lady. Thank you so much for the super chat. I I appreciate you for that, Boss Lady. You know it's love when your moderator, CC and Boss Lady and Mystique, they always donate to me, and it's always beautiful when your moderators believe in you enough to donate. When you see a person's moderator donating, that should tell you something. Because a lot of moderators don't donate to the channels they're moderating for. So that'll tell you everything you need to know. Nikki say, oh my God. Oh, Nikki, I ain't done yet, Nikki. Oh, Nikki, this is the story of Stone Paxton's life. So dig this. So there were two main DJs at the station back then in 2005. At the station here in Vegas, 88.1. And they was playing my record. And they called me and they said, hey, bro, I'm sorry. I got to stop playing your record. I said, why? They said, well, you didn't hear this from me. But the program director came in and said, you playing that record? I didn't give you permission. I ain't trying to help him get more women. Who thinks like that? I'm not in this music industry to get women. If that was the case, I'd have a woman listen, there was a time where I'd have 3 different women that would come over and cook for me. One that would cook breakfast. I didn't ask them to do this. This is what they were doing. And in passing, the one that would be leaving, that would cook the breakfast, there's one coming to cook lunch, and they would be passing each other. And everybody was cool with each other. And then one that would be cooking the dinner, the lunch, be passing the one that's cooking the dinner. And one day I came home and they was all sitting in the living room talking to each other. I'm serious. I'm not even making this up. I usually have stuff on video. I am not making this up. These are all real stories. So I don't chase women. I never have. I don't need to. My mother, I was raised by women. If a woman wants you, she gonna let you know. A man doesn't need to chase one. Chase your dream. Chase the money if you want. But if you chase women, you're gonna be broke all your life. That's just a fact. So, with that said, I was telling my ex, I was like, man, I don't know why. I said I had an interview with the radio station, and he was the one that was gonna interview me. So I started to tell my ex, I said, man, I feel weird going to this interview, right? And the only reason he played me because he had to this time, because they had booked me. They booked me for like a festival here in Vegas. So they had the promoter was like, yeah, I want to do an interview on Stone Paxton. So old boy had to interview and play my music because I was on the show. But he was going to interview me, and I was completely uncomfortable with the fact of knowing how he had been treating me. That now I got to sit there and I got to play fake to a person that's been not uncool with me. So I get to the station, she's with me, and when I walk in, I see the look that he gives her. Right now, I'm looking and he looks at her. He said, "Oh man, I ain't seen you in years." He said, "Man, how you been doing?" He said, "Man, I've been trying to reach out to you. You don't even hit me back." So I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what a weird, interaction with him to her. And she was like, "Well, I've been online. I ain't go nowhere." He said, "Yeah, but I messaged you, man." And this is what he's having this conversation with her in the States while they're setting up my interview. So I message you, but yeah, you don't even hit me. Like, what's up with that? Like, man, I've text your number and everything. Now this is before she was with me, right? So he saw pictures of her with me on my page, right? So I didn't know that he liked her like this. I didn't know he was like on a mission to make her his girl. So now we do the interview. He was acting real funny like on the interview. And the interview's over with, and I'm telling her, I said, man, that was uncomfortable. I said, man, I said, he's talking like he knew you. I was like, y'all know each other. She said, man, he been chasing me for years, and I never was interested in him. I was like, oh my God, what? She said, yeah, he's liked me for years. He's like been literally begging to like be in a relationship with me. And you guys, all this time, he knew she was around me, which is why he was not playing my records, because it's almost like he was trying to get back at me because he wanted her as his girl. And I don't know if he knew she was my girl or he assumed or he just saw her around me. That was his reason as a gatekeeper for not playing my records. You remember what he told the other DJ? I'm not trying to help him get no money. Stop. I didn't tell y'all to play his record. When they told me that, I said, nah. They said, that's what he said. Do you know the mentality of a man to have to say something like that about worrying about a man getting women because he's an artist? That's the weirdest. That shit was weird. So gatekeepers can be very unpredictable. The only way around a gatekeeper is to not depend on them to help you. I hate to say it. Once you start depending on the gatekeeper to help you, and they see your weakness and they see you really want it bad, and you're low key begging them for opportunity, they crank it up harder on you. Nikki said that's crazy. Nikki, it didn't stop. I just can't mention the other DJs situation because if I mention, well, they played my music a little, but I'll mention another scenario connected to that. So I get a call from my buddy Randy Hall, legendary Randy Hall. Like I said, he produced Miles Davis and tons of people, and he's an artist. He called me and he said, Stone, they ain't playing your. This is about 3 years ago, 2 years ago. He said, Stone, they ain't playing your music on 88. I said, nah, bro, they ain't playing. He said, why? Here I go again, faced with the same question that people ask me. And I was like, how do I have this conversation? Because now we're in 20, 24, 23, and 25. How do I have this conversation without throwing somebody under the bus? So I say to him respectfully, I say, bro, I don't know, man. I said, you'd have to ask them that question. That particular DJ or program director, you got to ask them why they ain't playing me. I said, I suggest you ask them. He said, yeah, but that ain't right, man. They playing me, and me and you are charting in the UK. We're getting play all over the world. We both here in Vegas. You got incredible music, Stone. That don't make no sense to me. I say, Brother Randy, I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you is ask them how come they ain't playing me. I threw it back at him like that. Big Ron said, Nikki said, that's sad as fuck. Big Ron said, I remember my name came up in Teddy Riley's studio in front of Ted. My big bro, Young World board player, was listening to another VA producer that has something negative to say about me. I'll say less. Hey, Big Ron, I'm with you, family. But what I'm going to do, Big Ron, I'm going to connect you back with Teddy. How about that, Big Ron? I'm going to connect you back. Because Teddy and I are cool. He's a cool brother to me. So I'm going to connect you back with Teddy. How about that? We're going to make that connection. That's how we're going to do that, Big Ron. Big Ron said, wow, Stone, we've been through similar situations more than once. Yes. So let's speed up to 2022, 2025. Randy Hall calls me because they're spinning his record, and he's breaking into Billboard. He's an independent artist that used to be on the major. He's an OG, but he broke into Billboard, right? Because, he's getting enough spins where he broke into Billboard, right? Now, I break into Billboard, too. I don't have to beg, but I'm noticing, the added stations helps in breaking into Billboard, the physical station. So he asked me that question. I challenge him to go ask them. I say, listen, Brother Randy, just go ask them. I don't have an answer for it because I'm trying not to be messy. So he calls me back about a month later. He said, Brother Stone, I said, yeah. He said, send such and such your song. I said, but Brother Randy, he said, stop, Brother Stone, send such and such your song right now. I say, but I don't know. He said, Brother Stone, send the song now. I sent the song. I messaged the DJ and program director, and they say, we're going to put it in the mix right now. Once again, that cycle, the third cycle of, because I done went through three program directors being in Vegas through the years. Four, I mean. I done went through four dealing with this. All of a sudden, my song is in rotation. Y'all hear what I'm saying? All of a sudden, my song is in rotation now. Off the word of my homeboy, who's a legend, who he must have asked, how come y'all ain't playing Stone, man? Y'all playing me? But man, that's not right. I know that's what he told him, because I know Randy. Man, that's not right, man. Stone contributions to the music industry is just as much as mine. This guy is charting all over the world. He works with everybody. Y'all ain't playing him, man. He's a big contributor in the Vegas scene. He's not just an artist. He's contributed to the Vegas music scene. Y'all ain't playing Stone? Magically, they start playing my record. See, this is why you got to keep your alliances tight with people. Keep your relationships tight. See, God is powerful. The universe and the powers that be, that God commands us to have whatever we want happen, and you don't have to fight for it. Nothing's going to go against the fact that when God has something for you, nobody can be against you. He will use those people. Keep your relationships right with people. Me and Randy got a tight relationship. He went and spoke for me. He went and spoke on my behalf. So when I sent this to the program director, I said this to him. Is there anything I need to send you? Is there anything, can I send you some money? Nah, bro, just keep making that great music, Stone. You ain't got to send me nothing. I say, wow, it was kind of weird. I was like, now this is not the same beat. Remember, they went through 4 DJs. This is the 4th DJ who wasn't playing my music, by the way, who knows who I am and my contributions. My music started getting played. I thought I had to give money. I didn't know, because I was like, can I send you some money? Nah, you don't need to send me nothing, Brother Stone. Just keep making that great music. So then he played that record, and just to save face, I wanted to see I said, wait a minute, this new leaf that he turned over, I said, man, it was touching. I said, wow, I'm touched. I dropped the next single. I sent it to him. I said, this is my new single. He didn't play it. He didn't play it. So did he play it to save face with my buddy who got on him about, man, how come you ain't playing Stone? He played that single. The next two singles I sent to him, he didn't even play. I wasn't going to beg. He told me keep making that great music. I continue to do it. And I gave him the next two singles. He didn't play them. But every other station across the country plays it. What do you guys think it is? Now, can I tell you another thing? His girlfriend and my ex were really good friends. I ain't gonna go too much further than that because as the shit goes a little bit deeper, I could add on to that, but I ain't trying to put too much people business out there. Just know this: he played that once because my buddy got on him about why he wasn't playing him. My legendary friend Randy Hall. He played that record, and the next two singles I had, I sent to him. He didn't play. And my message was, "Here's my Mr. PD. Here's my new single. Thank you for the support on the last one." He never commented back. He never said, "I got it, Stone." He never played it. Is that the same spirit as I ain't trying to help this nigga get nowhere? Ninja, excuse my language. I'm not trying to help this ninja get nowhere. Is that same spirit? But you can't stop what God has put in play. I get play all over the world. I look at my spins. Tons of stations. 500 plus stations are playing my music. 500 plus. So it doesn't matter about your one station in one city. It doesn't hurt me. This is what DJs got to understand. You're not going to hurt an artist. One station is not going to hurt their pockets. And it's not going to hurt their career. But why do you guys think that this person didn't want to play my next two singles? I'm just saying. What do you guys think? Is it that spirit of I ain't trying to help this ninja make no more money or get no more success? What do you think it is? I don't even have an answer for it. I don't know because he played the one single because my buddy got on him, but he didn't play the next two. So what is the answer to that? What am I led to believe? Now, to get back to what I was telling you guys earlier when I was in a rehearsal with the Stone City Band, there were a couple people in the rehearsal, and this guy gets up and says the strangest shit. This guy his name is Cowboy. Everybody in Vegas knows him. Eight with the 24 said, what God has for you, nobody can stop. Thank you. Eight with the 24. Please hit that thumbs up at the top. Eight with the 24. I appreciate you for that. And you are correct. What God has for us. Nikki say jealousy. Exactly. Big Ron said, thanks for talking about this, man. This is my story. Crazy. Listen, Big Ron, we ain't done. Nikki, I ain't done. Let's go on to another story. So for years, I've been telling people, like, I sounded like a bitter dude from Vegas. Because every time people would talk about stuff, I'd be like, man, when they have big shows in Vegas, they don't call Stone. Ain't nobody in Vegas put it down on the stage like me and my band do. And I'm just going to keep it real. There's nobody in Vegas that rocks a stage like I do. Nobody. Not even the ones that play in the casino. That's why a lot of them fear me. A lot of the bands that play in the casino, they be worried that me and my band are going to start playing in the casino. They be scared. I've been performing since I was a kid, man. Since I was a young dude. It's in my spirit. But when I hit that stage, y'all, when we get on that stage, it's over with. It don't matter who comes before me or after. It's going to be hard to follow behind me. Period. Everybody know that. So for years, I was telling people how Vegas has treated me, right? Even though I'm a legend here in Vegas. I always tell people the jealousy and how people, they like, for instance, there'll be artists looking to work with a legitimate producer and people know me. They won't tell people about me, right? And if you don't know me, then it's going to be hard to get to me unless somebody, know me. So all the usual suspects, if they can't do something and they know Stone can, it's easiest, you know what, go to Stone Paxton. If I'm busy and I have too many clients, you know what I do? I say, call this studio up, tell them Stone sent you. I mean, why? But producers here that know they can't do certain work, instead of them saying, go listen, Stone Paxton's a legend, he been here, I'm gonna give you his number, or go online, and they don't tell nobody. People will bump into me and say, man, I heard your name, but I didn't know how to get a hold. I didn't know, nobody told me about you, that I could come to you or reach out to you. I'm like, well, yeah, you could have. Or they didn't even mention your name at the place or the studio. So I'm at rehearsal with the Stone City Band. There's a guy named Cowboy sitting in the rehearsals. Hit that like button as you're coming into the live, you guys. There's a guy named Cowboy who's sitting in my rehearsal. And remember, for years I've been telling people how all the jealousy on me here in Vegas with the powers that be, with certain powers that be people. I've been telling people, and I sounded like a bitter person, right? It made me sound bitter, right? People would say, hey, how come you're not on that big festival here? And I say, man, people hating on me. They jealous. And I remember one person say, Stone, stop saying they jealous. Just reach out and call people. I'm like, I do. I'm right in Vegas. Why wouldn't I not? I'm touring all over the world. Why wouldn't I call somebody and say, you don't think I reached out to them? They was trying to make me sound like I was bitter, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not bitter. I'm just telling you, people, they on some, why would they hate on you, Stone? I said, really? I said, all right, whatever. I'm at a rehearsal with the band, with the Stone City Band. Cowboy gets up and he just says the most randomest shit. He said, yeah, they've been hating on Stone Paxton since back in the day here in Vegas. Now, you got to remember, Cowboy is pretty much been around everybody. He goes all the way back from the Soul Train times, Solar Records. So everybody in the music industry knows Cowboy. He's one of those guys where everybody know him. He just stands up in the rehearsal with the Stone City Band. We're rehearsing. He said, yeah, man, we're on break. We're taking a break. And he said, yeah, man, because everybody in Vegas been hating on Stone for a long, man. No, he said, yeah, man, because there's key cats in Vegas hating on Stone, been hating on him a long time. I remember they called me and said, hey, we're going to hate on Stone. Now, I know that was more of a metaphor. What he was saying is they called him and they was talking negative about me, like, you know, trying to figure out how they were going to go against me. This is what he said. Yo, I couldn't hold back. I start crying in the rehearsal. The band looks at me like, yo, what just happened? Right? The guys look at me like, what just happened? I start crying. Right? So I broke down crying and I'm like, and the guy said, you all right? I said, yeah, man. I said, this is what I've been telling people. Nobody believed me. He said, I believe you, Stone, because they called me, was trying to get me involved with hating on you. This is exactly what this OG said to me. And he's connected with key people that were in Vegas that control radio and concerts. This is about 5 years ago when he told me this. He told me back in the day, in the early 90s in Vegas, a lot of cats was hating on me. And they would call his phone. He said a group of 4 guys would call his phone and say, this is what we're going to do. We're going to plot against Stone Paxton so he can't do this, so he can't do that. This is what he told me, y'all. I didn't grab this out of the sky. He told me this. Can you imagine after knowing this, and people try to make you feel like you crazy, or you know you're being how can what's the word I was using earlier? It's trying to make me feel like I was kind of crazy, but yet at the same time I was being like over the top with, you know, assuming people were jealous of me. And when this guy said this in the meeting, it confirmed everything I already knew. And I couldn't help it but to cry. I broke down, started crying. Big Ron said, this is so me. It's not funny. All I can say is I thank God for keeping me and allowing me not to retaliate, but grow and move forward. Amen. T. Ray say it's good. It didn't change you up. It didn't change you up. And still reaching out to other artists and putting them on. T. Ray, thank you. T. Ray, hit that thumbs up. I thank you for that. And Big Ron, what God has for us. You know, listen, let me tell you something. Can you imagine them same dudes when they see me on MTV and they saw me on Unsung with Truth? You know that, God damn it, he's moving forward. Damn it, his record chart, he's moving forward. He charted on Billboard, he's moving forward. He's getting play all over the country. Damn it, it didn't work. They do that Pinky in the World shit. Like they're going to take over the world and stop everybody from doing anything. Can you imagine? This is gatekeepers. This is what they can do to you. This is what they do. If you get a gatekeeper that's being honest with you and they're not jealous of you, listen, I deal with a lot. I sing. Let me show y'all something. I have other singers. I don't hate on them. If they good, I'm like, man, you dope. I'm gonna. What do you need my help with? I'm not jealous of people. I'm not jealous of other producers. I'll be like, man, I'm one of them dudes. If they call, I'm like, man, bro, that's cold. Because I know Stone Paxton's thing is Stone Paxton. There's no reason for me to be jealous of nobody. And their thing is their thing. There's no reason for them to be jealous of me. We all got our thing. There's enough space and room for everybody in this business. There's no need for nobody to be. We support each other. I will win better if I support you than go against you. Jay Vaughn say they mad as hell. Yes, they are, Jay. Because they thought my career was going to end with them shutting me down from radio play or trying to stop me from moving in Vegas when I came here back in the 90s. Not knowing that I'd already been in the game. You can't stop what God has made. I've already been through the deepest storms. You can't stop that. This is why I don't play the gatekeepers game. If you good and you on top of your business and you taking care of your studio time and you making sure you take care of your business, I support artists. I get behind them. I don't play no games with them. Whatever I tell you is what I tell you. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, that's what I do. Because if your career goes and it blows up, guess who gets to sit back and talk about you like a proud big brother? Me. Me. That's why I always inspired Orlando Brown. No matter what we went through, no matter what negative he was dealing with in his life, I continued to inspire him. I didn't get online and talk negative about him. I would message him with love. Y'all understand what I'm saying? When he was around me all the time, I did nothing but give him positive energy and conversation, even if he was negative. I supported him, which is why I'm so proud of him now, seeing everything he's doing melts my freaking heart, man. So I meant what I said to him on that live because I love him like a little. That's my little brother, man. I'm like that with everybody. I don't have to know you to love you. I don't have to. My spirit is sincere. I have literally won in my career because I help people. That is really my winning mechanism. People say, how do you keep making it? I help people. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't do it for 100% free. But in this case of this compilation, everybody on the compilation, I didn't charge them to for a track, but they got to be a member of my channel to be able to be on this first compilation. The second one is different. That's coming. But I'm transparent. And I don't compete with people I'm helping. Like, why would I compete with you when I'm helping you? That first of all, I'm helping you. That puts me in another league of my own. This is why I don't understand these DJs. If you're helping me, you have now just became a catalyst to my movement. Why would you be jealous of me when you can sit back and be like, hey, I broke Stone Paxton's record in Vegas. I'm the one that did it. And rightfully so, I'd be like, yep, that's who did it. But the jealousy is for what? You're not going to be a DJ at that station forever. Why not help some artists with playing their music to increase their numbers? And even artists that need to get put on. Why not help them? Some of those DJs years later that didn't play me, out of the 4 DJs, 2 of them. You want me to tell you what they said? I run into them down the road. Oh, they were the sweetest and the kindest person to me. Hey, Stone, how you doing, man? I see you doing things, bro. I'm proud of you, man. I know you're going to keep moving, man. I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you, man. And honestly, man, if I could go back and do it, man, I would have supported you more. Now, these are their words. And I just do this. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that, man. And I'm thinking, the guilt, because they want to be able to say they know Stone. They see me constantly progress. Oh, I know him. I used to, so if they make it right again, they can go and start saying, oh, I played this record a few times. Yeah, I know Stone. T-Ray say hello, Topia. Classic Kim folks say enough room for everybody. Facts. Big Ron say that's right. T Ray say CC. Nikki say the time people spend to plot against someone versus working to help someone is crazy. You are amazing. You are amazing, and I've witnessed your greatness. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. I'm truly thankful. Nikki, thank you for that. You're welcome. Big Rome say that's right. DJ Brightside, I got your message. As soon as I get off the live, I'm gonna hit reach out to you. DJ Brightside say bitter. Boss Lady say Stone is a class act. And pure truth. I don't default as a gatekeeper, and I really don't even like calling myself a gatekeeper. I just tell people, listen, God sent me here to be one to bridge in, to make sense of what you're trying to do. This is why I tell people, be careful with how you treat me. I'm a guy that's willing to go the mile to help you. Like let's keep our relationship tight. If we have a disagreement, let's scratch it and let's make it right. Because I'm the kind of guy that's gonna be there to I will cast that first rod out. We're gonna catch some fish, even on a bad day. So you want to keep your relationships right with somebody that's like that. We don't need enemies in this business. We don't need to be gatekeepers, and we have an alternative motive. If you have consulting, let a person know what you charge. Okay? If you don't like the person, don't pretend like you like them and take their money and then still don't help them. If you don't like the person and you say you're just gonna help them, don't help them because you're sending mixed messages as a gatekeeper. If you really respect your position as a real gatekeeper, stop pretending like you're gonna help them and then ask them for money or to borrow money. When I tell you I've had some of the most unique gatekeepers in my 42 years, I've had gatekeepers call me and tell me, "Yo, Stone, hey man, I got these records. I'm gonna get you on these records, bro. Send me some tracks, all right, and send some with the lyrics too. I send the tracks. An hour later, they call me, "Hey Stone, what you doing?" Man, I'm just in the studio. Hey man, can I borrow $1,000? Can I borrow 1,500? Can I borrow 500? And it confuses me. Then when I was younger, I went through this. All right, okay, all right, and I give them the money, and it was a hustle. It wasn't even no real them getting me in a position. It was to make me think that they were going to help me, only to finesse me. Pebblestone say stay genuine. Pebblestones, hit that thumbs up. Understand, there are some tricky gatekeepers. There's also managers that charge you to manage these days. Let's talk about them. There are people that charge artists to manage them. I listen. This one artist called me and said, "Hey, Mr. Stone." I said, "Yeah, what's up? How much will you charge me to manage me?" I said, "Huh? Yeah, how much you charge?" I said, "Well, I don't manage artists no more. It's a headache. Artists are headaches. So if I were to manage artists, they surely would have to pay me. But I mean, you shouldn't have to pay to manage. Why? Why you ask me that? Oh, because this other manager, they charging me 1,800 a month to manage." I said, "What?" I said, "What have they done for you?" "Well, I've been signed to them for 6 months now. They haven't done anything." I said, "Well, who have they managed?" They said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Why are you paying 1,800 a month and you don't know anything about this person or what they've done?" I said, "Why don't you reach out to them and tell them to give you a resume?" Hit that like button, like Boss Lady says. You coming in, hit the thumbs up. I said, "Why would you give somebody $1,800 a month to manage you and you don't even know what they've done?" I said, "Do me a favor. Right now, when you get off the phone with me, message them and ask them for their resume. Ask them for their references to people that they have managed. And that's going to be your story. You're going to know what you need to know right from that." And then I said, "You didn't sign no paperwork with them, did you?" "Yeah, I signed a year contract." I said, "You signed a year contract to pay 1,800 a month." "No, no, Brother Stone, this is for them to Mr. Stone. It's for them to manage me." I said, "No, listen to what I'm saying. You just signed a contract for $1,800 a month for them to manage you. Yes. And if you break that, you could be in a situation because now they're managing you for $1,800 a month. Soon as he messaged them about their references, they couldn't give any references, and they basically told him like, "Why are you even asking us? You've been with us for 2 months. Why are you talking to us like this? Who have you been talking to?" There's people that charge artists to manage them now. Now, is that right? Well, I'm not gonna say it's right or it's wrong, but that's not how original management situations work. Because a manager's job was to manage an artist, and they get paid when the artists get a record deal or the artists perform. They get their management percentage, which can range from 10%. Marva, if you're watching my live, hold on, y'all. I got to message Marva back. All right, sorry, you guys. So if you got somebody charging you to manage you, a manager's job really is to go get you a record deal. Their job is to go get you a record deal. That's their job. To go get you a record deal. To get you with a producer, to put you in the studio, to pay for the studio time. To make calls to record labels to try to get you a publishing deal, a record deal, and keep track. If they have to do those things, they keep an expenditure of what it costed them to do that. Flights, if they got to fly out and take a meeting for you, they got to fly you out. That's really their job. They're supposed to come out their pocket. And even in a lot of cases, put you up in a place to live. That's their job, is to manage you and look out for you until you're able to. That's really what managers supposed to do if they believe in you from ground level. So this new model of managers charging artists, I was kind of blown away because I've never charged artists. Never. I've charged people for consulting, but management, if I like an artist and I manage an artist, I manage them. Would I charge people these days for managing? If an artist had a budget and they were working with a lot of money and I knew their investor, yeah, I'd be like, nah, I got to charge the manager because I don't want to babysit no more artists. But if I really liked the artist and I felt like they got something and I feel like it's worth it through all the headaches I've been through in the past, and I really feel like, maybe I'll take this on, I probably wouldn't charge him. Management is a high-level babysitting job. That's all it is. Good managers like my cousin who owns LMG Music Group, he breaks his artist records. He goes out and he gets some deals, and all of his artists on this label have went gold or platinum. That's the kind of stuff I do. Like if I manage artists, we're gonna go get it. But I just don't do that anymore. I don't do it anymore because it's so much of a headache to manage artists. It's just a lot of stress, y'all. And I just, at this age, I'm just kind of like, I just do. That's why I do the consulting. I say, listen, hire me as your consultant when you need me. If you want me as a consultant, you can put me on a retainer monthly, and you got me all the time. You call me night or day, doesn't matter what time. Or you hire me as needed when you need me. But management, it's stressful, y'all. I've done that many years. I used to have 15 artists under my label. I was a producer, the manager, the tour bus driver. I booked the shows. Yeah, that was me. Booked the shows, set up the tours for my artists. We was traveling all over the place. Get the tour bus. I was doing that with my artists under my label. I showed you that plaque with all the artists that were under my label. If you run into any of them, they'll tell you, yeah, we would have the tour bus. We would have like the Sprinters type band. Stone would have us booked. We'd be doing all kinds of shows. He'd be pulling up. I remember pulling up to the University of was it L.A.? I forgot the university in L.A. Yeah, And it was a show I pulled up in a tour bus. And I only had like 5 of my artists. Now, I wasn't driving the tour bus. We had a driver. But the bus could have fit at least 15, 18 people. And it was just me and 5 of my artists. We pulled up, performed on that show. We showed up in style on the tour bus. These are the things that Stone Paxton has done. I know the level of how to do it, y'all. I've done it for myself and for my artists. Once you know, you know. I learned from the best. I've been in the trenches, so I know. Typo. Javon say manager usually say music go under a contractual agreement and they get paid on the back, and once the deal's made, of course, that's what I just said. I mean, y'all heard me say it. Managers get their percentage, and that can range from 10% to 25%, depending on what they're doing. Y'all heard me say it. You're right, Javon. That's a fact. If you living in my city, you gonna learn today. Not too many make it out. This the games you play. You better ride with that thing sitting on your lap. A lot of niggas left the house and ain't making it back. Gatekeepers. The only way to curb a gatekeeper is to be straight up with them, and right out the gate, ask them for their resume. Ask them for their reference, especially if they ask you for money. So do you mind if let me get your references? Can I get some references to some people? I just want to, I just want to show my people. I want to show my wife, my girlfriend, or my partner. I just want to let them know that, I'm working with somebody solid. If they're not solid, they're going to disappear. When you tell them, let me see the artists you work with, if they don't give them to you immediately, here's all the artists, you can contact them. If you Google them and there's no imprint of them being somebody that has gotten the artist a deal. I don't know why people call me off Instagram or YouTube. Don't call me. I'm on my live right now. If you try to Google them and nothing comes up pertaining to anything they say they've done, it's a telltale. These days, if a person has done something very bad or very good, there's an imprint on Google. You can just run their name and it's going to come up. And definitely, if somebody's done anything in the music industry, it's going to come up. Trevor H, what's up, family? Hit that thumbs up. We talking about gatekeepers in the music industry. Trust me when I say, if somebody is a real solid gatekeeper, when you look up their name, you ain't even got to question them. All kinds of references will come up. All the people they work with, if they say, I don't work with Bone Thugs and Harmony, I used to manage them. I used to manage Jodeci. I used to manage Tupac. I used to manage Biggie. If they've done all these things, I remember I get a call. Somebody told me, they say, oh, we're working with this guy that said he used to be the president of Motown. I said, what's his name? Trevor said, hello, Sophia. So I said, what's his name? They told me his name. I made a call. And then I looked him up. Then I made a call to be for sure with somebody that used to be a CEO of Motown. They said, I ain't never even heard of that name. I called my people back. This guy was charging them a lot of money to manage their daughter. A lot of money. I called them back. I said, my guy that was president of Motown, never heard of this guy. I said, did you guys Google him? They said, no. I said, you probably want to Google him. Nothing comes up except for his Facebook page where he put whatever he wanted on there, right? So there's a lot of people that will fake the music industry game and try to make you think, because they might go to a lot of events where celebrities be at, so they'll take pictures and then they'll create a profile, put it all on their page, and then say they in the game. Those are the pretend gatekeepers. You feel me? I'm just showing y'all something. The only way around again, I've given you guys examples of some of the gatekeepers that have tried to affect my career, right? And you're going to continue to run into gatekeepers as long as you're in this business. Geez, seems like a lot of effort to be fake. Trevor H., you'd be surprised. Trevor, I ain't even lying to you. Trevor, listen. You would be surprised how many people fake the game in the music industry. Somebody on here earlier said in LA, they every time when they live in LA and tons of people be there passing out their cards. It's all about a lot of these people just want to make a quick buck. Nikki say you are speaking real knowledge. Yeah, Trevor, you'd be surprised. Listen, I will be honest with you. 90% of most of the people you meet are gonna be full of shit when it comes to the music industry. Y'all see that percentage? 90% of the people you meet that say they can do stuff in the music industry can't do nothing for you. They're not even the real gatekeepers. They're next to somebody that's the real gatekeeper. So they can't even really put you on. But because they boy might be in, they pretend to be the gatekeeper to hustle you for the dough. Yeah, they'll say they know Snoop. They'll say they know Corrupt. They'll say all the people they know. But they can't sign you, and they can't put you out, and they can't help you get radio play, and they can't help you get bookings, and they can't help you get certain reviews in big magazines across the country. So they're not even real gatekeepers. That's why I say if you want to know if somebody really in the game, Google them. Ask them, what's your industry name? They tell you, say, I'm going to Google you. I'm telling you, they're going to get scared. Big Ron said, they're going to get scared. Listen, try it. Let somebody come up to you and say, hey, man, I like the way you rap. You know what I'm saying? I like the way you sing. Hey, I want to work with you. I manage acts. Say, what's your name? I'm going to Google you right now, right in front of them. Say that. I'm going to Google you. What, you work with who? Put them on the spot and watch their eyes. Big Ron say the hype is real. Trevor said, I bet they start catfishing when you Google their names. Yeah, they usually will walk away right if they see you getting ready to do it. They're gonna, I got to take a call. They'll get on their phone, walk away. But this is how you stop it. Y'all want to stop it? You want to stop the fake? First of all, to get to the real gatekeepers, first got to get past the fake ones. How about that? Maybe I should have had that conversation. To get to the real gatekeepers, you first got to get past the fake ones. The ones that are pretending to be the real ones because their homeboy is a real gatekeeper. He ain't gonna let you get to Chris Brown. He's trying to get as many women to come to him, and whatever the case may be. So he gonna be a gate. Hey, Chris Brown, my boy, you know what I'm saying? We could put you, Ray J, my boy, though. We can put you on. Let me check you out though. Sing for me, rap for me. Send me your demo. You get the demo, be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to charge. It's gonna be like $800 though, and I'm gonna play it for Chris Brown. I'm gonna play it for Ray J. Real talk. Rick Ron say, yo, this. That's what they do. Yeah. I'm telling you, the hustle is cold. You got guys that bounce around from artist to artist, and this is all they do. Run the hustle. They'll promise artists they can get your songs on radio, and they can't. This is why when artists say, Stone, can you help me get my record on radio? I say, absolutely. I say, with a weekly report. I'm going to get your record on radio, and you're going to get weekly reports that show where your record is playing, and then you're going to be able to cash in on your BMI publishing and your ASCAP. Della Cap said, what's going on, big brother? Compton, California is definitely Compton in the house. Della Cap, what's up, family? Make sure that you hit that thumbs up at the top of your brother. I appreciate you always. Listen, when I do artist radio, let me show you something. I tell artists, This is what's gonna cost for your radio, physical radio campaign. Okay, soon as you pay me, a week from that date you pay, we set up your radio, you get your first radio report. Unless your stuff is just whack and it just the stations is like, yeah, we just ain't feeling it. Other than that, I have a 99.9% turnover rate. When a person gives me their stuff, it goes right to radio. A week later, they're seeing their radio reports. Tricky story, yeah. I know Tricky. Good guy, man. But I'm just telling y'all, man. Hey, Della Cap, the single dropped Saturday. Compton. Saturday. It will drop Saturday. Should drop Friday, midnight Friday, which will be Saturday. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I'll let y'all know for sure, but it's here. I'll be done with it today. If you really want to get past a gatekeeper, be transparent with them. Tell them you're gonna research their name. Tell them you're gonna look them up right out the gate. That'll stop them from trying to get you for money and not deliver on or placements and stuff like. I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna charge for placements, just tell people, "Hey, I'm a gatekeeper, but I charge for placements. I charge to get you on." Just be honest. Don't pretend like you're doing them a favor and you're really not doing them a favor. Then you ask them to borrow money and all kinds of other shit. That's some other shit you doing. That's not really no gatekeeper shit. You understand what I'm saying? That's a hustle. Like I said, I could write a book called Gatekeepers, and it will blow y'all mind of some of the shit I've had to deal with in my career with gatekeepers. But I said, how do you combat a gatekeeper? You become a gatekeeper, and you can change the narrative. That's what I did. I became a gatekeeper, and I changed the whole game of gatekeeping because I became a gatekeeper. So then I can move like a gatekeeper, my idea of what a gatekeeper should move like. And that's how I move. So that way, when people go from one gatekeeper to another one, they can compare, be like, oh, okay, Stone moved different. Stone moved solid. I've been with some janky gatekeepers. Classic. Can't folks say 100? That's the reason I decided to start increasing my view of how many artists I wanted to help. Because I wanted to curb the negativity of what gatekeepers stood for. Because if you think that all gatekeepers are bad, then that puts a bad eye on me. I'm a good gatekeeper. I'm a good guy. I don't like saying I'm a good guy, but people know I am. I just like people to know that. So if I'm making things happen for you, right? And I've been transparent. Everything I've said, I've been honest about this business. If I say, listen, I can do this for you. You want me to help you break a record? This is what it costs. You ain't paying me. You paying the radio stations. But here's my consulting fee. My consulting fee along with what it costs to break to radio. There's no trick there. You already know you're paying my consulting fee and you're paying for your radio. There you go. Everything is black and white, no shades of gray. Or you calling me for information. You're like, Stone, how I do this, how I do that. And I'm giving you the game. I charge my consulting fee to give you the information that works, that's worked for me and worked for plenty of other celebrities I applied it to. You're hiring me to give you game. You're hiring me to share the secrets that I use. Now, I'm not going to share all of them with you, right? Certain ones I'm going to say, bro, hire me. But certain stuff, you say, Stone, I'll tell you, before we get into the consulting meeting and you ask me, well, I want to know about this and that. I'll say, before you pay me, I can't share that with you. You got to hire me for that. But we'll put this consulting fee towards you hiring me. But you can't call me, but like, how you chart a record, how I do this, I'm not going to give you that information. You got to hire me for that shit. But you can call me for general questions and consult with me. I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. But when it comes to that real business thing and breaking records and radio, you got to hire me. You have to hire me and my team. That's just how it goes. But we gonna get your record on radio, and we gonna chart your record. Whatever you trying to do, we're gonna make happen. That's a fact. Boss lady say honesty is the best policy because they hustle can bring problems. Most definitely, Stone is the real deal. Please understand and believe this, cats. Believe this, cats. Sean Dinkin said, "What's up, brother Sean? Hit that thumbs up for your brother." I'm on here to be transparent. Transparently transparent. Chef Banner said, "Hello, Bong. Valuable content discussion. Thank you, Chef Banner." Boss lady said, "But just know he is not free. Please understand, Stone Paxton is not free." Classic Ken folks say, "For sure, for sure. For sure, man." Sean Dickens said, "Almost did what?" Hey, Sean, what did you almost do? You almost got tied into a gatekeeper that almost hustled you. Is that what you're saying? Give us the tea, Sean. What happened? Share the tea with us, brother Sean. What happened? You tied into a gatekeeper that almost got you? The music industry is tricky, y'all. The music industry is tricky business. I'm telling you. If you don't know, you better learn fast. You'll be out of money, and the only thing you have left is the promises that were made. Hey, listen, like I'm telling y'all, this Compton release coming out, right? I'm not capping. When it come out, y'all be like, "Damn, Stone do what he say." You goddamn right he does. And then we're gonna drop the full compilation. The only reason the full compilation is not out is because I'm people send me vocals. I gotta mix it. I gotta wait until they record. It's a long process. But I'm trying to rush the whole compilation as quick as possible. That's why we're gonna release 2 singles. I might release another single on somebody else, but the first one is this one, Pack Heat. And then we're gonna release another one, and then we're gonna drop the full compilation. West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1. Stone Paxton presents West Coast Hip Hop Volume 1. And then I'm going to drop a compilation. Stone Paxton presents Southern Trap Volume 1. It don't matter. It can be from Atlanta. It can be from Texas. You know, as long as it's Southern. It's going to be different compilation. Sean Dinkins said, "No, hell no. Hit the like button." Sean said he ain't got no story. Sir, he's just telling y'all to hit the like button. Let me tell you guys something. Do you know how amazing it is when you're a gatekeeper and your phone constantly rings with people calling you for your expertise as a business person, your knowledge, your wisdom, your production, your writing, your arranging? Do you know how beautiful? You know what that says? It makes me feel good because it takes me back to the late 70s, early 80s when I was a kid, inspiring to be in this business. I didn't know where the future was going to take me. I just knew I loved music. I didn't care about girls. I just wanted to be on stage. I just wanted to sit in the studio next to the engineer, the mixer, and was excited about creating this magical body of work. And I envisioned myself in the future performing on stages across the world, receiving awards and plaques and being successful in this business. I didn't know if it was going to work. I had no idea. All I had was my faith and my belief to work hard. And all those things I dreamed of. I dreamed of all the people I wanted to work with, right? I used to have posters on my wall and think about all the people I wanted to be friends with and work with. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I dreamed of all those things. I never thought I could be considered for a Grammy. I've had 3 Grammy considerations. Now, I haven't won one yet, but I know that's coming. I'm not in a rush, but I've been considered for a Grammy 3 times. Consideration. Even to get a consideration is a big deal. Know that. Even to be a member of the Grammys, it's not easy to be a member. Did y'all know that? Nikki say, same here, Stone. It's not easy to be a member. In order to be a Grammy member, another member has to vouch for you. I'm a Grammy member. It's either you have to be vouched for, or you got to have enough records out to even be able to submit to be a member of Grammys. They look at your history. I've dedicated my whole life to this, not to end up wanting to be a capper and just tell you what you wanted to hear. I've dedicated my whole life. There's nobody I've met that work as hard as I do. You're not gonna outwork me. Pound for pound, if you were around me every day, you'd be like, dude, how do you keep doing this? This is what you would say to me. Stone, how do you operate and work at the level you do so many years nonstop? Most people in their 50s start to get tired. Y'all know that? I'm 55. Most people in their 50s start to get tired, let alone wanting to be in the music industry. Who still has that desire to want to be in a business that's so draining? Only a person that loves it. Only a person that loves it. I love it. Whether I made a dime or not, I would still love it because my passion is there. I know that I am creating the music that can change the future of a way a person thinks. Single-handedly in my hand, like a globe, I have this music. And I can write the music that makes or alters your thoughts. That, you know how much power that is? Nikki say music is embedded in you and it's your heart. Yes, it is, Nikki. Brother Sean said, I was working all night. Brother Sean, that's when we know you putting in that work all night. Me too. It's not, sometimes I keep the same clothes on for a couple days. You can't combat a person that their love for something is greater than the value of the money that it generates. Now, when you love someone enough, the money's going to come. That's why when you operate with the love and the consistency, the money comes. That's why it works for people that it works for, because their passion for the love of it is real. And then it starts to work because they're shooting those vibrations into the universe. They're telling the universe, this is what I love doing. They ain't thinking about the money. They just love it. Love it so much, man. I've always loved it so much that everything seemed to have always fell in place. I look at my timeline of success and how far I've gotten, and I go, man, it's crazy. I would have never imagined some of the people that I work with. Although I wanted to, and I used to tell myself, one day I want to work with Teddy Riley. One day I want to be friends with Teddy Riley. I just want to have a conversation with him. One day I want to work with this person. One day I want to work with that person. Everybody I wanted to meet, that I spoke it into existence, but I worked towards it. And it happened. And the day that Mike Conception put me on the phone with Teddy Riley in a phone call, because we were remixing his the song from the Take Me There soundtrack, Rugrats film, right? And Mike put him on the phone with me because he wanted Teddy to talk to me. He wanted me to take some pointers from Teddy. That was the day that I said, this is crazy. I've just manifested Teddy Riley and tons of other industry folks that I'm good friends with. Wow, I manifested that because I worked so hard towards it. The same direction. My blinders like a horse. I couldn't look left and right because I had my blinders on, so I couldn't get distracted. Fast forward to the future. All of my friends are industry legends. Sean said, I'm trying to get with ASAP Rock. Okay, keep working towards it. It's going to happen. Sean, trust me. Put it out in the universe and then work towards it. And you're going to look up and you'll be like, dang. Now, I know Rock. I know Rock and his people. See, there's only 6 degrees of separation from anything. Just by you knowing me, you're closer to that situation. You didn't even know it. Y'all see what I'm saying? Let me tell you something crazy. I always said, man, one day I'd love to write a record for Christopher Williams. Right? So the first opportunity came when I produced a song on Marva King, who was here last night. It was her and I on the song. And then she had an idea. I'm going to get Christopher Williams on this stepping song. She said, Stone, I want a stepping song like R. Kelly. I said, cool. She was out on tour with Prince. They were doing the 21 nights in the UK. She called me from the UK and said, when I get back, work on a stepping song for me. I said, okay. I sung my part. No, I didn't. I wrote it, produced it. She came. We co-wrote it together. I sung the second verse. Then she had an idea. She was worried about, actually, to be honest, she was upset with me. She took me off the record. I'm going to be honest with her. I'm sorry, Marva. She was upset with me and she took me off of my own record. And I think she thought, she put Christopher Williams on it. She thought I was going to be mad. So when she told me, she sent me the record and I said, who is that? She said, that's Christopher Williams. I said, oh man, that shit sound good. So she was shocked that I was okay with him being, I said, man, no, I said, listen, that's good for us. Chris on the record, this another hit for Chris. Tyree say passion, took the words right out of my mouth. So that was the first introduction to me working with Christopher Williams, right? So then two or 3 years passed. No joke. This is how it went. There's only 6 degrees of separation from anything. My buddy Tim is best friends with Chris. Now, I didn't know that. I'm going to show y'all something. That's why I say I'm connected to everybody in the game. My buddy Tim is Christopher Williams' best friend. So he tells me, he said, yo, I told Chris about you. He already know who you are. Because he said, yeah, Stone did that record on me and Marva. He said, so he going to be in town. I'm going to bring him by. I said, what? He said, yeah. So when he got to my studio, he said, let me hear something. So I played that Finest Gold song. He said, oh, he said, I like that. You doing anything with that? I said, I was going to put it out as a single, but if you want it, let's do it. And next day we cut the record. Just like that. It's only 6 degrees of separation. By you knowing me, you're closer to A$AP Rocky than you've ever been. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Because I know his people. Just like my people knew Chris, brought Chris through. Right? I'm going to show y'all something. This is how it's worked. I always said I wanted to work with the DeBarge family. As I'm working on the Mila J record in LA at Mad Lion Studio, Brother Jonathan, hit that thumbs up. John 415 say, Morning Stone, did you see Solid State Logic 2 channel straps, SSL 4000 Revival, and SSL Super 9000? I'm going to go this route instead of buying the X-Rack. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I seen it, but I'm happy with what I got. I might add one of those to my C room, but yeah, Brother John, those are dope. It's gonna work. The people from SSL, I get all that stuff, and I'll be at their booth at the NAMM convention in January, so I get to talk to them. I typically will get discounts on stuff like that. No, that's what no. When I say rock, I meant A$AP Rocky. I just said rock for short because I figured you knew what I was talking about. I know A$AP Rocky's people. I'm telling you, there's only a 6 degrees separation. You're closer than you've ever been through me and not even knowing it. So listen. So I get to Mad Lion Studio, and they tell me to remake Mila J's remake Heartbreaker by Roger Troutman. Mad Lion and Rufus asked me, can you remake it? I said, yeah. They play it off of YouTube. I said, yeah, that's easy. And then Mad Lion said, no, I'm saying, can you do it right now? I said, absolutely. I went into the B room. I remade it. Right? So check this out. Rizzy wants to send his music. Rizzy, thank you. Because I've been waiting for more people for this music review. First, you got to send a $20 cash app to my email. And then there it is. It's right under you, Rizzy. And then you email me the track. Send me an MP3, unreleased music. Don't send me nothing that's released. Send me an unreleased track. And then what I'll do is tomorrow we'll do the music review. Send me an unreleased track, please, to Brand Artist Coalition CEO at Gmail. All that's down. But first, it goes in this order. Cash App first. You pay the Cash App, then you send the track in that order. Do not send me a track if you have not paid the $20 Cash App. And tomorrow when I do the artist review, we'll go on live and we'll run it. So Cash App first, then the email. My moderators put everything at the bottom for you, Riz. We're looking forward to hearing your music. Johnson, in your opinion, which one should I look at? The 9,000 all day, because that's that super analog. It's got that extra EQ for that extra bottom end. I would go with the 9,000. That's what Teddy uses. That's what I use. All the R&B hip hop producers use it. Now, you doing rock, the 4,000, that'll work. Richard say, bet I got you. Unleashed, unreleased, got it. Thank you, brother. Cash App. First got it. Okay. And that's $20 per song. So it's not $20 for 5 songs, y'all. Because I've had people send me 6 songs and be like, hey, I sent you 6. I'm like, you need to send me equivalent of that amount for that song. It's $20 a song. But it's the best review you're going to get because, once again, I'm doing these compilations. I'm looking at certain producers and artists. And if the stuff is popping, I'm going to say, hey, you want that to be on the compilation, the instrumental compilation I'm putting out, or if it's a song. So it's the Stone Paxton music and beat review. Joseph D said, hey, Stone, do you know if Mad Lion owns? Yeah, he does. He owns a dispensary. He does. Yep, he's the only one right next to the studio. But yeah, I think, yeah, he still does. So listen, so we're in the studio, Mad Lion and Rufus tell me to remake the track. I go to the B room for Mila J and I start working on Welcome to the Heartbreaker, Welcome to the West. All of a sudden, L DeBarge, here's somebody carrying the keyboard in. And L comes in, and I still got the video. I'll post it again today on my shorts. L comes in, he said, hey man, I'm gonna sit here and work with you. Is that okay? I said, oh man, I said, L, I said, man. He said, man, I've heard about you so much about you through the years, man. It's an honor to meet you. I said, no, stop that, sir. Legend. It's an honor to meet you, L. I said, do you understand? You're part of my childhood dream as a producer, somebody I wanted to work with, because I know how cold you are as a producer. So I said, yo, hook up the piano. Let's, as I'm creating the Welcome to the West, L's sitting there with me. And then I get on my camera and I say, ladies and gentlemen, it's always been my dream of working with one of my legends. Ladies and gentlemen, the legendary L DeBarge. And I turn the phone I'll post that video. And then his sister calls me. And that was a while ago, but his sister just called me 4 months ago, her manager. And I talked to her, Bonnie, about producing her album. See, I'm all about Gerald Levert's father. I got a song for Gerald Levert's father. I'm hoping I can get him in here. I'm about the legends, y'all. Like, I don't really care about the younger artists, I don't care about that. I'm about the tried and true. I like producing records for the tried and true because they already done it. You feel what I'm saying? They already got a legacy. So I got a record I did for Gerald Levert's dad called Exile. And it's a crazy record. Christopher Williams supposed to have cut that one, but he ended up not cutting that one. Johnson Benjamin said, hey, my mesmerizing Sophia. Oh, yo, Mystique. Hey, Sophia, they flirting. John on there. She done had a lot of flirts this morning, y'all. It's usually her and Cece. People be flirting. Ooh, I'm telling mama. Boss say, share the live, y'all. Exactly, share the live. Dr. Maka say, LD Barge and DJ Quick is hard. Dr. Naka, hit that thumbs up, family. Yes, they are. John say, Elder Barges, let me tell you something. L's supposed to come to Vegas and work with me and hang out, probably stay for a week, and we work on some records. L is a good brother, man. They don't, I just deal with some solid, man, I'm doing the Ray Charles thing, man. I just realized I just did Ray Charles. Man, come on, man. You know, man. Anyway, L is a great person, y'all. He's a beautiful spirit, man. Talented as I don't know what. But what cracks me up about L, Boss say I had such a crush on him, L DeBarge. Boss lady in here on her with her crush on. Sean cracking up. You know, man. That's my Ray Charles impersonation. I'm glad I got to meet Ray Charles in my lifetime before he passed. Etta James. Shall we keep going? Right? Aretha Franklin. I got to sit down and talk with these people. Little Richard. I got to sit down and talk to them like I'm talking to y'all with millions of questions. So L had me cracking up because L comes in the studio with this keyboard, like, and I know keyboards, right? So I'm looking at L like, dang, that keyboard kind of old, man, right? And I didn't say it to him, but I'm like, I said, damn, he got an old keyboard, but he loves it, and I understand because that keyboard has certain sounds on it. L loves the way it sounds, right? So we're in the middle of the session, and if anybody know L DeBarge, they'll tell you if L leave the studio, he ain't coming back. You ain't gonna see him for a day or two, and maybe even a month, right? So I was like, yo, L, let's, I want you to put some extra ideas on the song. He said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go down to the store real quick, though, Stone, and I'll be back, okay? Just keep the keyboard connected. And I was like, he ain't coming back. L never came back to the studio. I think I saw L like a week or two later. Rebel say Q-Tip or Most Def. Oh, wait, Rebel. Why you do that to me? Both of those are my boys, man. Hey, my friend's daughter is married to Most Def. Man, I can't do that to neither one of them. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, Rebel, I'm sorry. For the sake of them seeing this, be like, oh, Stone played us. I love the both of them. I'm sorry. I can't take one of the, I got it. Those are both good brothers. I got it. And I want them to see the video and say, oh, really? It's like that, Stone? I got to say to both of them, it's a draw with me. T-Ray said, we all connected like the stars in the sky, making a colorful, wonderful picture throughout the constellations. I agree. It's we all connected like dot to dot at Stone Paxton, and we people. Thank you. Hey, T-Ray, thank you for that, brother. Oh, I absolutely. Listen, I got so many keyboards in my storage. Dr. Naka. Rebel said I had to, man. Rebel. Listen, if I didn't know those cats, I'd be straight up like, here you go. But I know them, so I'd hate for somebody to clip this video and share it with them. And they'd be like, oh, Stone, really, man? Like, wow, it's like that, man. Yeah, so I'm like, I love both of them. It's a draw with me. I can't take one without the other. So both of them are incredible. Yeah, Chico's the truth too. I love Chico. I would love to see Chico do a new album. I'm actually gonna reach out to Chico because I know that he wants to work on a new album, and I'm gonna reach out to him and start submitting tracks to him, giving tracks to him for his new project. I know he wants to do something, so I'm actually gonna start reaching out to him. Sending him songs. Because I want to be a part of that legacy and whatever he's doing in the future. So I'm gonna insert myself in there to be a part of that legacy when it rises to the top. I believe that. My music director, Lonnie Motley, used to date Shaka Khan. I believe that. Shaka like her some nice looking men now. Oh, Shaka love her some nice looking men. Listen, I can put my music director on here now. He used to date her. He played bass in her band, and he dated her too. I'll let you and him talk without us going any deep. Sean. Yeah, I believe you on that. Cause my music director, who's like my big brother, he he's the date Shaka. So and we're gonna leave it at that. Shaka is positive. She's doing positive stuff. We love Shaka. Man, listen. If I told you guys some of the people I used to date, some of the names, I just don't say it. Mystique know it. I've dated, some celebrity ladies. I just don't mention their name. I try not to put their name out there. I want people, trying to dig all up in my business. Yeah, I've dated some industry females. I just don't talk about it. I just don't talk about it. I'm not a kiss and tell guy anyway. John's Adventure say maybe it's weird, question Stone, but have you ever tried playing the banjo in one of your sessions? You know, in a hip hop banjo style. I was just wondering what that would have even sound like. I used a banjo on some hip hop records. My buddy used to bring his banjo over, and I used to mess around with it, and I sampled some stuff and actually did a record. Because I'm one of those kind of producers, John. I will use the strangest instruments, and I will take my mic them, and then build a track from it. I might play the first 4 bars or 2 bars and then loop it. So I have used a banjo on a hip hop record a long time ago. So yeah, that's not outside the box with me. I'm you got to remember, I am a band geek. I grew up in band from elementary throughout college. So that question is definitely not off the scope for me. I'm weird like that. I got records I produced that are bluegrass. I would have to pull them up and let you hear them, but you'd be blown away. I have bluegrass records I've done on this bluegrass artist when I built my one studio in the garage. Yeah, I have bluegrass records. Yeah, that's why it's hard for cats to compete with me. I'm telling you, man, my mind is all over the place. As a producer, my head, the way I think is everywhere. I don't limit myself to just one style of music. I love it all. If I played one of my rock songs right now and you heard it, you'd be like, dang, Stone, you do rock? Yeah. Yeah. Sean said, I use my mom's pots. Sean, whatever we got to do to create sounds, there's no limit to sounds. I placed my mic outside and captured rain. You know, with my small DAT machine and my microphone, and I captured rain, dogs barking in the neighborhood, cars pulling up, and yeah, all of it. So I don't have to pay for soundscape sounds like atmosphere sounds. So nah, man. Listen, there's no limit. I've taken all kinds of stuff, bro. Like I am a, I will take my phone and I might be at DMV and I'm recording all that, the crowd, and then I'll use that on a record. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. I do stuff like that. So I feel you. D Knocker say I love rock, especially 90s grunge and like Alice. Oh, listen, D Knocker. My rock is that 80s rock. It's that good stuff, man. Yeah, it's that ooh. I got this song called it's called You're Cruel. Oh man. I'll pull it up. You know what? I'm gonna find it, and I am going to try to play this. I'll play some of my rock stuff tomorrow. It's rough now, but tomorrow when we do the music review, I'll play some of my rock stuff and let y'all hear. Y'all gonna be like, "Dang, Stone, you need to finish that and drop it." D Naka said, "I love '80s too. I love man. Black Sabbath was the ish. I know when they go on tour again, you gonna check them out, right? Last show I went to with the '80s rock group was Journey. My boy plays keys with Journey. I went to Journey's show. I didn't get to go backstage because I didn't, reach out to him and let him know. T Ray say me too on sounds. Yeah, T Ray, let's go. That's how we gotta do. Listen, the music review we're gonna do tomorrow. We'll probably start tomorrow around 7 or 8. If you guys are cool with that, we're gonna start early. No, 8 o'clock. The music review. Listen, Nikki say something. Nikki, you're gonna be like, dang, Stone, you wait. But my rock is soulful though. My rock is like that soulful rock. Like you're gonna be like, Stone ain't playing. Stone ain't playing no games with nobody. And I'm a member of the Black Rock Coalition. I am a member of the Black Rock Coalition. So that should tell you something. And one day I'll drop my whole rock album. Listen, y'all, I gotta go because I gotta finish mixing this record that's gonna drop this weekend. Stone Paxton Music and Life blog. I might come on later. If not, you'll see me tomorrow, 8 in the morning for the music review. Let's go. Peace and love. I love y'all, man. Let's do it. I'll catch you tomorrow. Let's go.